to be.
Hindsight is bleeding when your heart's bleeding and all you can see is red. Till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young and I didn't understand that you were the one. And I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. 'Cause I was too young and I didn't understand that you were the one. And I can't wait to see you
The closer you got to me, the faster I try to leave. Like a mirage, like a mirage. The scars that you know like me, on my arms I am here empty. Like a mirage, like a mirage.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Best Bet Live, streaming from Jacksonville, Florida. My name is Wes, and tonight we're bringing you a 2-5 no-limit hold'em deep game. That's normally our 2-5 game here is maxed out at $800, but for this deep game, the max buy-in is $1,500. We'll get a quick rundown of the players here in just a second. They're waiting for action to begin. Again, we are on a delay here. Streaming out of Jacksonville, Florida, 201 Monument Road in Jacksonville. If you're in the area, come pay us a visit. We do have high hands going on tonight until 11 p.m., $400 every 30 minutes. And this table here is actually eligible for the high hand and for the bad beat. Maybe we'll see something fun like that tonight. Here we go. In the 1 seat, we've got Peter starting out with $450. Steven is in the 2 seat, starting with $583. We got Tyler in the 3 seat for $1,000. Ken is coming in on the 4 seat, $720. Toby in the 5 seat, $1,500. Daniel in seat 6 with $1,500. Corey in seat 7, $820. Then there's Angel starting with $1,000. And in the 9 seat, we've got Don starting with $1,500. A lot of familiar faces, a couple new ones. Hopefully we got a good game going tonight. Here we go.
We all agreed to just tip 5, like per half for the dealer, so we don't have to worry about it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so,
Here we go. We got action here. Daniel with the button, Jack 8 of hearts. Puts the raise in. It's like $20 to go. Gets a call out of Corey. Angel fold a big blind there with pocket pair. That was surprising. Jack 10 versus Jack 8. Both players get a piece of that flop. Corey with the 10 leads out. Daniel does make the call with the backdoor heart draw. Does need to improve his hand with an 8, at least, yeah, at this point. He does pick up the straight draw there. A 9 or an 8 would improve his hand over Corey. Corey with the higher pair. Leads out again, $40 this street. That's enough to get Daniel laid down. First hand of the night going to Corey there. Pair of 10s. If you're watching on Facebook Live or on Twitch, YouTube Live, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following us so you can get updates whenever we go live in the future. Our next live stream is actually going to be on the 4th, Saturday, 5/10/25, no limit hold'em game. Start times are pushed back a little bit now. We're going to be starting our games closer to 8:30 p.m. More of a prime time audience. Let you guys get home from work before you start streaming. But if you want to check out the upcoming live stream schedule, visit our website, bestbetjacks.com. Click on the poker tab, go down to Best Bet Live. You can see that upcoming schedule. Any cash game you see there you want to get on the list for, you can email your information to sagec@bestbetjacks.com. That's S-A-I-G-E, the letter C, at bestbetjacks.com. Go ahead and put up the upcoming schedule in the chat in just a moment. Joining back action here, we've got 3 players to the flop. After a raise to $20 from Corey on the button with a suited queen. He spikes a queen on the flop. Don, though, flops Das nuts, king high straight. He checks it, allowing Corey to get the C-bet in. He bet the queen pre-flop, hits the queen on the flop. Facing 2 checks, throws in $45. Let's see if Don elects to raise in this spot. The heart might scare him. Might want to try to get a flush draw out of there. He does raise it up, $110. Fold it over to Corey. Little check raise out of Don should raise some red flags for Corey. These guys have played for with each other for quite a few years now. He does get the message, lays it down. Flopped straight for Don, takes down that one. Tyler picks up Jack 10 off, raises it up to $20. Gets any action here. Folds around to the blinds. They lay it down. See along the bottom of the screen there, talking about the Best Bet Winter Series coming up beginning Friday, January 17th, running through Sunday, January 26th. Over $300,000 in guaranteed events. Event number 1 is actually a $360 buy-in. $360 buy-in, 100K guaranteed event. $360 buy-in. It's going to get you 20,000 in chips. 30-minute levels on day 1. You make it to day 2. It's going to be 40-minute levels, and we will be streaming the final table here on Best Bet Live. We've got 4 flights into that. Friday and Saturday, the 17th and the 18th, noon and 6 p.m. each of those days. First event of our Winter Series, 100K buy-in. I'm sorry, 100K guarantee, $360 buy-in. Talk a little more about what else is in that series in just a second. We got Toby raising here. Ace Jack offsuit going to $40. Folds around to the blinds here. Looks like we had a straddle under the gun. So the small blind makes the call. Jack 7. Big blind folds there. Back to Tyler with the straddle. Not much more to call. 30 more. 3 players to the flop. 10 high board. 2 hearts. Tyler has the gut shot looking for the queen. Peter looking for an 8 to make a straight. They check to Toby, who gets the C-bet in, $75. Scares Peter off. Tyler's in there looking for that queen. Deuce of hearts on the turn. No heart for Tyler. Toby with the nut flush draw here. Tyler checks to him. See a check call on the flop out of Tyler. We see another check here on the turn. Toby not thinking he has much to call with. Figured he does have a heart blocker with the ace of hearts to back up his $200 bet here on the turn. But we get the raise in. Little min raise up to 400. We see the call out of Toby. The ace of hearts really helps with that call. We'll see the river here. Tyler's the one needing to catch up, needing a king or a queen, and it spikes on the river. What a great card for, well, he's not going to get much action out of Toby if he bets big. Big pot, though, over $1,000 in there. Tyler moves all in, 500. Enough to get Toby to fold. Of course, he didn't have much. Great river for Tyler, though. He needed that queen to improve his hand and get the pot from Toby.
Straddle? No, straddle. 5 raises to 4. 6 folds.
40's the new 30, boys.
1 fold.
And grow.
3 folds. 4 calls.
We have a raise here out of Toby. Ace 10 off. Ken makes the call. Queen Jack. Heads up to the flop here. We're checking the flop. Ken picks up a pair of queens on the turn. Toby picking up the gut shot. We're still checking here. Now with the paired board on the river, Ken leads out $40. He's got kings and queens. That's enough to get Toby to fold.
Straddle on again. High hand does apply. Yes, sir. High hand does apply at this stage. I think right now it's quad 10s. So
Yeah, high hand is going on. $400 every 30 minutes to the high hand in the room. That goes on until 11 p.m. So if you're in the area, 201 Monument Road, come down and pay us a visit.
10 to play.
Try your luck at one of those high hands, or you can watch the live stream without delay. Got a nice bar area on the side here. Sit down and watch some action.
6, 7, and 8, 9.
Folds around to Peter in the cutoff. Pocket tens. Gets that raise in, $40 to go. Can, defending his big blind makes the call with the ace.
We should send one over to take you guys a drink. If not, four checks.
Flop comes out 8, 9, 7 of diamonds. Peter with the pair. Also has the open-ended straight draw. Ken with sevens. They check the flop. Bet the turn. River comes a blank. Peter's tens our boss. Check it down. Scared of the king.
Strong line of the gun. Yeah. 7 rings of 35, but second, 8 fold, 9 fold, 10 fold. You leave it over here. That's why see if they can start on the button. 1 and 2 fold. 4 re-raises to 80. 5 folds, 6 folds, and 7 folds. Heads up. Four, 7 plus check. 4 check. 7 check. 4 check. 7 check. 10.
Guys enjoy the new year?
Button straddles are
Quiet,
good.
I'm trying to talk with everybody like so fucking sensitive right now. What's going on? You know?
So yeah, if everybody didn't hear me, button straddles are okay. So if you want to straddle on the button, you're good to go.
Oh man.
Only the button? We already looked, so. Only the button?
Oh yeah.
Everybody can. Only the button and under the gun. Button and under the gun. 8 folds.
Okay.
You got the big green light. Don.
Ring light.
The big green light. Set up.
Don picks up king, queen off suit. That's the raise in, 35 to go. Right behind him, Peter with the suited ace makes the call. Steven with the pocket pair is in. Not much else yet. Toby 9-6 gonna fold. Daniel folds his ace. So we got 3 players going to the flop. Ace high board, 2 pair for Peter. Not much for anybody else.
9 checks, 20 checks, 2 checks.
Everybody's checking the flop. Might see a bet out of Don here, especially if a queen hits. There it is. Pre-flop aggressor. 35 pre-flop. Everybody checks the flop, so he thinks his queen might be good there. Makes the bet 80. Peter calls right behind. Steven should get out of there. Heads up to the river. 9 is a blank. Don does not improve his hand. Weird spot here. It's a big overbet in here. $270 in the pot. He bets 460. Peter with an ace here. Queen on the board is probably going to help Peter. He does lay it down. Nice overbet by Don there on the river to take it down and bet the better hand off of the pot. So going back to our Best Bet Winter Series coming up this month, talked about the 100K guarantee. We also have a 200K guarantee. The main event is an $1,100 buy-in. We've got 2 flights of that. Day 1A is January 24th at 11 a.m. Day 1B, Saturday the 25th at 11 a.m. We're going to start with 25,000 in chips, 40-minute levels. We will be live streaming the final table of that event as well. Again, that's an $1,100 main event, $200,000 guaranteed tournament there for our Winter Open. We have some satellites and a couple of mega satellites into that. A straddle here. Everybody just calling the straddle. Surprise Daniel calls there. The ace jack spikes the jack on the flop. We're gonna check down though. 4 pairs to the board. We've got the heart draw and the spade draw live. Nobody has those draws. Daniel leads out. Fortunately, Toby on the button, the straddle, has the 4, turning trips. He raises it up 100, just in case Daniel's on that one of those flush draws. I'm gonna have him pay for it. Daniel does make the call. Daniel looking for a jack. Does not get there. Toby with trip 4s has the best hand. Let's see how the betting plays out. $200 gets Daniel to fold. Had someone on Twitch there talking about the bad fold. I guess he's talking about Peter a couple hands ago with the aces. Yeah, the river doesn't really change anything. I don't know how he folds there. I mean, if you put Don on a bet, he's got to have ace king or ace queen to beat you. Any other ace, you're going to be, you know, very least, you're going to be chopping the pot. 2 pair with the queen. I mean, he hadn't invested too much in the hand. There was a pretty big overbet on the river. So it's a lot to call if you're just going to be chopping. Especially for the size of the pot and what he'd invested in it. I don't know if you want to put that much more with, at best in your head, you're looking at a chop. Pre-flop action here. Tyler raises it 5-4 offsuit, goes to $30. Ken is in there with pocket 6s. Angel makes the call. King, queen. Peter's got a suited king. We got 4 players to this flop. Queen high board. 2 clubs. Angel flopping top pair. She checks it. Checks around to Tyler. The pre-flop aggressor does flop a pair. He checks. Deuce of clubs on the turn. Tyler, the only player with a club here. We're still checking. Surprised that Angel didn't lead out with top pair. Very least on the turn, if not on the flop. But now we got Tyler betting here with a pair and the flush draw. $60. Ken right behind with 6s makes the call. Angel's going to lay down queens there. Doesn't have a club to back it up. Now it's Tyler versus Ken. 10 does not improve Tyler's hand. He is first to act, though. He could still bet Ken off of his 6s with 3 overcards to that pair. $240 in the pot. Looks like he's betting 200. 175 is the bet.
Explaining this to you, you already know. So what's the, is it A is the next one down from open? So it goes open, double A, some of them have double B. And that's the last one? Yeah. In competitive terms. So
Looks like Ken wants to make the call.
double A sometimes, rarely.
Hard to put him on a hand where the 10 improves, and if you don't have him on a queen, and he does make the call. 6s are going to be good. Nice call by Ken there on the river. Good read. Assuming the 10 doesn't improve his hand.
We won one. Okay. I don't know if
Didn't bet on the flop with the queen, so he just didn't put him on a queen there. Makes the call and wins the pot. So we do have mega satellites into our $1,100 Winter Series main event. We've got one on the Friday the 10th, 6 p.m., Thursday the 16th at 6 p.m., and Thursday the 23rd at 6 p.m. $260 mega satellite into that main event. 20 seats guaranteed in each of those megas to get into that $1,100 200K guaranteed event. And we have a bunch of satellites into those. See, we have a bunch of satellites into event number 1 and some regular satellites without guarantees to the main event as well. Plenty of opportunity. Also going to be giving away a lot of seats via high hand giveaways throughout the month. So be sure to check our calendars, tournament calendars, and promotion calendars for more details. BestBetJacks.com. Toby with all sorts of outs here to improve his hand. After Tyler checks both the flop and the turn, Toby's going to bet. It's like 100. You didn't hear this guy tracking the action on the side. Didn't hear the bet. Looks like 100 though. Tyler does make the call with the pair and the open-ended straight draw.
So with the 5-seat bet 125, 3-seat call. We're seeing a river.
10 of spades on the river. Does not approve Toby's hand. Tyler's deuces are the best hand with the check mark next to him, but we'll see how the betting plays out. He checks the river over to Toby. 3 checks on the flop, turn, and the river, and Toby's going to barrel here. $375 in the pot. Looks like we're betting $275. I don't know if Tyler can call a bottom pair, and he cannot. Nice run out for Toby. Nice betting by Toby to take that one. And if you're just tuning in, thank you for joining us here. Best Bet Live, streaming out of Jacksonville, Florida. Tonight we got a 2-5 no limit hold'em deep game. It's a $1,500 max buy-in. Normally our 2-5 here is an $800 max buy-in. We had a couple players sit down for the max of $1,500. Everyone else was around the middle, about 1,000, a little bit less. But stream is just getting started. Lots of action ahead of us tonight. Thank you for joining us. Put on an angel on the button with Queen 9, raises it up to $60. Peter is in there defending the big blind, suited jack. Ken has hearts as well, makes the call. 3 players 1 heart on the board, 10 high. Peter has top pair. He checks it, though. Checks around to Angel, the pre-flop aggressor. Gets the C-bet in, 100 to go. Peter makes the call. Top pair with the backdoor heart draw. So Ken had 2 hearts. Angel has 1. Probably not going to see any hearts, and we don't. But his 10 is still good. Both of them check the turn here. 4 spades on the board. So I think we're going to see a check here on the river. Although, maybe Angel thinks he would bet a spade. No, she does check right behind. And the 10's going to take this one down. No flush with 4 spades on the board.
No, I was surprised. You guys don't have that here?
That's the good one. That's the good one. I got it.
Can you call for the waitress? Waitress, please.
Yeah, I already told him.
Are we supposed to get a free drink, free round?
Yeah, to get something like that.
Yeah. You getting a Long Island?
A round of what?
My usual Long Island water.
So looking at our promotion calendar, got a big one coming up on Saturday the 11th, 1/11 from 1 p.m. till 11 p.m. $1,100. Going to be given away every 30 minutes to the high hand. Come early for that one. We're going to be packed. Make sure you get a seat while you can. Starting out the day 10 a.m. to noon, $400 every 30 minutes. So there's plenty of money be given away on January the 11th. That's a Saturday. Mark your calendars. 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. $1,100 every 30 minutes.
I'm just kidding. We need you to align your chips better.
3 fold. 4 folds. 20 is bet 5. 6 folds. Call 7, fold 8. Fold 9. Fold 1. 2. 3 folds. And straddle under the bed.
We both travel.
No, one takes precedence over the other.
Which one takes precedence?
Under the gun.
Okay.
5 folds. 6 folds. 7 folds. 40 is the bet on 8.
Angel picking up ace-10 of hearts, raises pre-flop here, $40 to go. Gets Don to fold an ace. Peter behind, folding around to the blinds. I like the call out of Ken here, was the straddle. He does make the call with ace-9 offsuit. Already seen 1 ace thrown in the muck. 3 diamonds on the board. Ken flops pair of 9s. Angel improves her hand. She's got a pair of 10s here on the turn. Ken checks again. Angel elects to lead out with a pair of 10s on the turn. That's 50, and that gets Ken to fold.
I don't know what was going on from that one. Just lost control at some point. You watch this shit?
No, you need to.
Straddle under the gun. That was And then we finished. We played afterwards.
Yeah. So,
You gotta work.
Interesting hand here. Daniel,
He won like 40 that night.
first to act after the straddle.
At most 25.
did he win up?
With a suited ace, raises it up to 40.
Started bluffing when he had call. It was like the pot was
Or folding around, but he does get action out of the blinds. Tyler out of the small with a pair of deuces. Ken with a 9-8 out of the big blind.
and he's like, really, 11,000
Three
dollars?
players.
And then he's like, yes, I feel it's like, can you spread that? What's in the middle there? Can you spread the middle?
So obnoxious.
And then he's like, you want me
Queen
to call
high
for it?
board.
And then he puts out his stack like
Spade.
25K.
Checks around. Got a 9 of diamonds on the turn.
And George is like, well,
Ken with the pair and the open-ended straight draw. He leads out. And that $80 bet will be enough to take it down.
Frank was at the table. That was a good game.
pretty good the whole line, yeah.
Cocktails.
Looks like 10 on up there, 15. So, yeah,
What up?
it's a strap. 10 is
Just for
Okay. The water's free.
Did you guys get around the drinks already?
No, not yet.
I have to ask.
full 5, fold 6, fold 8.
Usually when they
Raise
open the
for
live
35.
the first round of
The water, hopefully it's free. If not, still the water.
okay, bottled water.
Yeah, but
Don raising here pre-flop $35 with ace jack, and seems to be getting some action here. Peter and Tyler are in. Ken with an ace. Angel suited connectors makes the call. 5 players after Don raises. And Don flops top pair. It's a rainbow board.
75, so that's it.
I'll take an ice cream tea.
Fold 1.
No sweetener.
Talking about 75. See if he gets any action.
Do you want a drink?
Tyler on the button. Queen 9.
Okay.
He does make the call. Perhaps thinking that Don's just getting a C bet in. I mean, even ace high is going to be better than you, so not sure what he's drawing. What he when he makes that call, what he thinks he's drawing to there.
Check now.
But that call does get a check out of Don on the turn, so Tyler does get a free card. Full house for Don here on the river. Let's see if we can get anything more out of Tyler. $330 in the pot. Leads out for 175. A little bit of value there. Hoping that maybe Tyler stuck around with a 6. If you had a jack, of course, you're chopping. But bet gets Tyler to fold. Don takes that one down with a full house.
It's okay.
Got a lot of action going on here in the live stream this month. Not only during the final table action of our Winter Open event number 1 and our main event. We also have, we're going to have a feature table for the $110 1010 XL main event on Wednesday, January 15th. Again, we'll have the feature and final table for that tournament here on the live stream, plus a whole bunch of cash games. Lots of action throughout the month of January. You can check out our website, bestbetjacks.com, for more details. Any of the cash games that you are interested in, send your information to SAIGEC@bestbetjacks.com. That's SAIGEC at bestbetjacks.com. Here we go. Don picks up pocket kings here, puts the raise into $45. Getting a whole bunch of callers here.
4 players.
4 players. After a $45 raise, Jack high board. Toby gets a piece of that. Daniel with a piece of that. Corey with an open-ended straight. Everybody's checking. Corey has a pair with a straight draw. Of course, Toby has the open-ended straight draw as well. Don with the overpair makes the call. Peter should be folding here. And he does. Back to Toby. Pair of 10s. Open-ended straight draw. 2 of his outs are gone, though. Don having pocket kings. Corey has one of his 8s. But he does get the raise in, 225. Back to Corey. It's hard, you're drawn to a bottom end of a potential straight. Pair of 9s to back it up. We see a check raise out of Toby, one of the more experienced players at the table. No diamonds in his hand. So, yeah, essentially, yeah, he lays it down. Essentially a drawing here, and you're trying to figure out if you hit your draw, if it's even going to be good. So he does fold. Back to Don with the overpair. Just makes the call. Oh, there's that river card. Queen, the 8 of diamonds, giving Toby the queen high straight. Does put 3 diamonds out there. I wouldn't have minded a raise by Don there. I guess he was scared of the check raise out of Toby, possibly putting him already on the straight, trying to bet a flush out. But Toby bets big on the river, does not get paid off by Don with 4 cards to a straight on the board. It was a wise laydown for Don. Perhaps he could have bet differently. But maybe not. Pretty quiet table so far.
That's basically what it put you. And everything got there. So
Tyler picking up a pair of kings out of the hijack. Bumps it up to $30. See if he gets any action. Corey with the other kings.
had the evil 9, right? Or the 8.
You had well, could have been a king, but that would
I
be.
mean, that had to, yeah, you know what I mean.
There. King would have been nice.
Puts the raise up to 100. Oh, sorry, $95.
Go away.
Yeah.
I mean, meaning I check.
Oh, sorry. So I guess they had the wrong player fold there. It's actually Tyler here, who was the initial raiser with pocket kings. They were red kings. Yeah, there we go. He's going to fix that one. Good. So pretty much going to see chop here, unless we get 4 to a flush on the board, or one of them's able to bet the other out, like this. So he verbalized $300 bet. Corey flats. And 2 clubs on the board. Corey has a slight advantage here with the king of clubs, but we're probably just going to chop this up. Corey moves all in. Yeah, we're going to chop this up. Corey moves all in on the flop, gets called, and we just split it up.
I was gonna say, if it's a king. I was thinking you both had king.
Ace on the river might have made one of their hearts beat a little quicker there. But we move on to the next hand.
Fold 9. Fold 1. Raise to 20 from 2. Fold 3. Call 4. Raise 90 from the 5. Fold 6. Fold 7. Fold 8.
So we had Steven raise here with a suited ace going up to $20. And Toby 3-bets to 90. King, queen offsuit. Steven and Ken both make the call. Toby with position.
Check 2.
King high board.
Check 4.
Rainbow got a pair of 6s. They both check to Toby with top pair. Gets the C-bet in. Might get a call out of Steven here. He does flat. Ken's stuck in the middle. Really only looking for running hearts. So you want to stick around $60 to try for runner.
Fold 4.
Does lay it down. Heads up to the turn. 5 of clubs is a blank.
Check 2.
See if Toby gets another bet in here. Bets 100. Yeah, I don't see Steven making a call on this spot here. Essentially, at this point, you know you're drawing to an ace, and even then, you don't know if you're good if you hit it, just in case Toby has a stronger ace in his hand. I mean, I guess it would be 2 pair aces and 6s with a king, but at that point, just too much chasing. So he does lay it down. Toby takes the pot. We're also at the end of January, Friday the 31st. We're bringing back the Monster High hand again. So 2 different payouts of $6,000 from noon to 6 p.m. and from 6 p.m. to midnight. This is going on simultaneously at Jacksonville and Orange Park. So the high hand in the room's going to get paid $6,000. You can split it. You can tie it. So if you get somebody hits a royal flush, you can still get a royal flush and get a share of that $6,000. Of course, that is on top of the promotion already going on there at Jacksonville, $300 every 20 minutes. And then over at Orange Park, on top of the $6,000 high hand, they've got a $200 every 30-minute high hand going on until midnight as well. Both locations, again, good for that monster high hand promotion. That is Friday, January 31st, noon to 6 and 6 to midnight. in action pretty early on, but we'll take a look at the winnings thus far in the game. Toby up the most, up a little over $450. Ken and Don up a couple $100, and everybody else right there in the middle or down a few $100. Again, early in the stream, plenty of action to go.
Curious what you had.
King queen.
Nah.
That's a lie to you. You're gonna say it.
I know.
Let's see it anyway.
It would be funny for anybody to lie about their hand.
Fold 1, fold 2, fold 3,
George
fold
doesn't.
4. No, that's exactly
Yeah.
what 40 from 5. Fold 6. Fold 7.
Toby getting the raise in, 5-4 of diamonds. Any action? Nope, you're gonna take it down. Nice raise with 5-4. I like it. Said all of these faces are familiar here to the stream and locally. A lot of these guys play regularly with each other. Toby usually plays higher limits than 2-5, but elected to play with us tonight. A couple of new faces there, Peter and Ken in the 1 and the 4 seat respectively. Everybody else we've seen here on the stream a few times, or they play 2-5 here on a regular basis. So we're going to see a lot of familiarity between the players for the most part.
40 is the bet for 9.
So Don with the button, suited connectors, makes the raise to $40. Ken out of the small blind, looks like he's just going to flat here.
Fold 2.
And when normally I'd say raise, it looks like it's actually going to work out for him to make the call. Any kind of 3-bet there is going to get Don to fold suited connectors. Tyler is along with his ace. 3 players, 2 clubs on the flop. Don has the club draw. Both Peter and Tyler have club blockers, though. Checks to Don with a pair and the flush draw.
Glad I didn't blast off.
125 in the pot, bets 80. Peter is going to at least call here with an overpair. He does. Tyler with the club blocker. He lays it down, heads up to the turn.
Yeah, like have it over once.
Well, pre-flop it would have worked.
Queen of
Well,
spades.
that's what I mean. I should have done it.
Peter checks. Does that slow Don down a bit, perhaps? Not surprised if Peter calls with a queen there on the flop. Checks back to him. Free river card. Seven of diamonds. That does give Don 2 pair. It really doesn't. Don already had 2 pair, queens and 8s. So it doesn't really change the hand at all. Peter is going to lead out this time with his kings. And red flags should be raised for Don in this spot. Check call on the flop and the turn by Peter, leading out on the river. Should tell him everything he needs to know. And 8 is not going to be good for this hand.
How much?
Peter hasn't played that much on this game, but I don't think you put him on somebody who's just going to bet a missed flush draw here to try to take it down on the river when he's first to act.
Call from the 9.
I did not want to see that second point. You definitely been in with it.
I'm good.
I said, thank you. I come over the top on the turn. We fold?
Yeah, I don't don't like that call either.
Five to go. Fold 4. Fold 5, fold 6. Fold 7.
That's fun.
Raise to 20 from the 8. Call 9. Fold 1. Fold 2. Fold 3. Heads up.
Heads up action here. Don flopping top pair. Angel with ace high. She checks to Don. Pretty sure a bet here is going to get Angel to fold.
$40 is the bet on 9. Fold 8.
It's a pretty tight, aggressive player, Angel. So if she doesn't have it or anything close to it, she'll probably lay it down. She does right there. Definitely a lot of love for Angel there in Facebook chat.
I prefer to run good, so it'd be no offense.
So we're going to straddle on the
Like slightly
5.
bigger.
Small bet 1.
What's
But
la-
thank you.
The last time we
At least I run good against somebody.
a huge pot.
Straddle. 10 bid. 6 folds.
That was a huge
7 folds.
After that hand, Angel picking up a suited king, puts the raise into $40.
Raise the bet from 8.
I flopped it straight.
Don's going to fold the king jack to Angel there in that spot. I don't know if he's doing that out of respect or if he just didn't feel like playing the hand. Surprised that he lays down king jack there. Tyler makes, oh, he folds. And everybody folds. Lots of respect to Angel there after a $40 pre-flop raise.
And you also can't really necessarily
Make him straddle.
Under the gun. Straddle on the 6.
Old school.
Then we do allow the button straddle here on this 2-5 game. Normally on a regular 2-5 it's just under the gun. But if the player under the gun wishes to straddle, they get priority over the button in this game. And that's what happened here. Daniel straddling under the gun. Corey first to act, ace 10 offsuit. Should see a raise here out of Corey. Oh, I'm surprised. He just flats.
Fold 9.
$8.
Fold 1. Fold 2.
And you got some pretty
Fold 3.
experienced and aggressive players there in the blinds, so I don't mind a call there, the ace 10.
Call 5. Check 6.
Looks like we're just gonna limp here and see the flop. We've got 5 players. Queen high board, 2 diamonds. Ken with top pair.
Check 4. Check 5. Check 6.
We're all checking around Tyler with 2 pair.
30 is the
Oh,
bet.
sorry, Ken has 2 pair as well. Kings and queens and 5s. Tyler with 9s and 5s. After everybody checks, Tyler bets his 2 pair. Ken's gonna just flat.
Heads up.
Well, thanks, historian. I'll take a look at that. Sorry about the audio. If that's an issue for you guys. So just the 2 of these players heads up.
100 is the bet from 3. Raise.
Ken bets. Tyler snap raises him to 275.
Call 3.
Tyler flats. And Tyler improves to a flush on the river. Ken leads out with his 2 pair. He's going to be upset to find that Tyler flushed out here on the river.
Didn't I close that shit off? Call 3.
Tyler makes the call. We're going to see the flush. Or maybe he didn't read his hand properly. Ooh, I hope for Tyler's sake that was just it was a that was the table maybe getting the wrong card. Sometimes that happens. But he never tabled his hand, so we're not going to know if he actually had the flush. If it, oh my.
Yeah, if you, yeah. So the thing is that you all agreed to tip 5 when you come in. If you win a hand, it's completely up to you if you want to tip the dealer on top of that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Really?
Oh yeah, I hope. Yeah, I hope that Tyler did not just muck a flush there by accident, not seeing his hand. I mean, it happens. People misread their hands all the time, but occasionally it also happens that sometimes the table picks up the wrong card when it's trying to read the hands, and maybe that's the case here. But we won't really know.
What's the word? So black hole.
How much you have behind?
So we got 5 players to the flop here. After a $30 raise. Yeah, I do recommend if you go to Showdown, just cheering your cards up, just in case you misread something or the other player misread something and you backed into a winner somehow. Always turn them up at Showdown. That's just my personal belief. So here we go. We got 2 spades on the river. We've got, I'm sorry, on the turn. Daniel's got a straight. Steven's got a straight. Peter with the flush draw. The flush doesn't get there. So it looks like Daniel and Steven going to be splitting this. We'll see how the betting goes here on the river. And I'm trying to see if I'm having issues with the figuring out why the audio is just on one headphone for you there.
Facebook or Twitch?
Historian.
Oh, actually, the action starts tonight. Facebook, okay. 7, 8, 8, 9, 4. Yeah, Twitch and Facebook. 9, 1, and 2. 4. 9, 1, and 2.
It's got Angel raising ace jack offsuit to $40. See what kind of action she gets. Looks like Tyler, yep, with pocket queens, makes the raise, 120 to go. 3-bet back to Angel with ace jack.
That's it. Is that a good TV for you, Corey? Yeah. Right. You gonna turn them all on? Yeah, I didn't know the TVs weren't on either, but they'll turn them all on. We'll get the game on. Georgia and Navy.
Angel does make the call here. Ace jack versus pocket queens going to the flop. Heads up.
Sugar Bowl? Sugar Bowl. Yeah, Facebook. No. So this is Best Bet. Best Bet. You can go to Best Bet Jacksonville on Facebook or on Twitch, Best Bet Live.
9 high board rainbow. Angel checks. Tyler gets the bet in. It's like $100. 125 actually. That's enough to get Angel to fold. Not much out there for her to call.
Two red points. Throw on the button. Scratching yourself in. Yeah, or whatever. Sure. How much more are we on? What's the... On the live stream? Come on, man. There's a time and a place for the live stream. There's a time and a place for the it's a straddle and it's on here. That's pretty brave. 550. 550? Can you add 550 to CH? 650.
Something like that. See the back.
I'm following your lead, Toby. I'm following your lead.
Throw out what's in the back.
So, the 7th seat and the 8th seat called the straddle. Now two folds. One fold also. Two. And 3 fold. Four folds the straddle. 5 folds. Option.
So far, everybody just limping that straddle here. 4 players to the flop. Seven high board, 2 hearts.
6 bets. 1 die. 7 folds.
Ken with the open-ended straight draw. Daniel betting out. 25 with king high. Angel makes the call. Ken is in there as well. Angel spikes a pair of 9s here on the turn. Checking to Daniel. This time's going to check. They had trips for Angel. Let's see if she leads out on the river. Though she's not going to get a call since nothing else, since those guys don't really have anything to call with. So that'll be a good bet by Angel on the river. Take it down. We do allow phones at the table. One of the rules here, as far as cash games go, phones be kept on the rail or on a side table. Cannot have a phone in your lap while you're using it. Can't be, not supposed to be on the phone while you are playing in the hand. Keep an eye on that. Also, for tournaments, we don't allow phones at all at the table. Just want to make sure everybody's on the up and up, and we're as transparent as possible here. We haven't had any problems here, though. We got a raise out of Tyler. 25 with pocket 6s. Corey on the button with pocket 9s. He flats. Angel with a suited ace out of the small blind. We got a raise coming out of her. 125 to go. Interesting raise by Angel. 3-bet out of position here.
Okay, so you're in full lineup. Yeah.
Tyler makes the call. Corey folds. Got to respect 2 players
Pretty close to the rack, isn't it?
with a 3-bet pre-flop.
No problem. What's
And Angel flops 2 pair. Aces and 10s. Tyler with an under pair to the board. Two spades.
Does it feel a lot different?
Yeah, it does.
Probably
my fingertips were like,
280 in the pot. 175 is the bet. And with 3 overcards, facing a bet, Tyler lays it down. Angel takes it. Nice 3 bet by Angel pre-flop.
The last place seemed like it was the longest because you got to go through all those simple ways. So.
it was actually like similar distance though.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so. I normally lose track of my days, but I think it will.
And our next live stream is going to be on the Saturday the 4th.
Action starts in 9
It's going to be a 5, 10, 25 no limit hold'em game.
One resilient.
One of the biggest regular cash games we have going in the room. Probably have our regular lineup for that. So be sure to join us again. Live streams are now starting around 8:30 at night whenever we run cash games. A little bit different than normal. So make note of that.
Like 5 minutes away. It's just like, oh,
Too close. Being here at 10 a.m. over there.
yeah.
125.
Let's raise out of Tyler. Should probably get Angel to fold her hand.
We like that.
You're enjoying that. You are definitely
After betting the flop and check raising here on the turn. Just got to know that she's drawing to a king and a king only to improve her hand, and even that might not be good enough. Put a little thought into it, and she's probably going to fold here.
So close to Wendy.
Does lay it down. So if you want to see the upcoming schedule after this Saturday for the live stream, visit our website, bestbetjacks.com. Click on the poker tab, go down to Best Bet Live. You can see the upcoming schedule there. Any of the cash games that you see in that list, you can get on the interest list for. Email your information to sagec@bestbetjacks.com. That's SAIGEC@bestbetjacks.com.
What you doing now?
Everybody watching on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube Live, thank you for joining us. Be sure that you are following, be sure that you are subscribed so that you can get updated whenever we go live in the future. You can also watch our archived games on each of those sites. All of our games that we air here are still available to watch on there. Plenty of poker content for your viewing pleasure. Got a raise out of Daniel here. King, Queen offsuit.
9 folds to the straddle.
Folding around to the blinds. Steven out of the big blind with pocket sixes.
Starting to think the straddle's a person.
But he lays him down. Daniel's got a good table image here. Ken doesn't want to,
I wanted to give you action, but I'm like, damn,
but he
somebody
can't.
else called. I really did want to give you. You know I wanted to give you action. Heads up. You're going to lead to something drastic.
Something drastic.
Yeah. It's either going to be me and him.
Yeah, we're streaming out of Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you for joining us. This is a 2-5 no limit hold'em deep game. This game is a $1,500 max buy-in. Normally our 2-5 is an $800 max buy-in.
So it's a straddle and a gun. One raises 20 in the 5 seat.
You have high hand going on tonight. That is, make sure I get the right promotion that I'm telling you. I believe it's $400 every 20 minutes. Sorry, $400 every 30 minutes. Let me say that right. $400 every 30 minutes until 11 p.m. This table is actually eligible for jackpot, so we could see a
Well, there's a straddle there.
high hand. We could see a bad beat here on this table. Have a $30,000 bad beat in play. Kobe raises $20. Gets 4 callers, 5 players to the flop king high board. Ken with top pair. The lead out. About the size of the pot here. That should get everybody to fold. Nobody has much to call with. Go to Tyler with bottom pair. He wants to see a turn. He makes the call.
Heads up to the turn.
Tray of hearts is a blank.
Fold bet.
Tyler checks again. Ken bets again. And we'll see if Tyler can call again. I think it's going to be pretty hard to do that. Although if you call on the flop, I don't know why you don't call here on the turn. If you don't put him on a, if you haven't put him on a better pair already, that 3 is really not going to change much. Looks like he is getting a call together. He wants to make the call. And he does make that call with bottom, no longer bottom pair, with a pair of 5s. And he gets the trips on the river. Wow.
No, I didn't take
Okay. Actually, don't do so.
So, stuck along, making these calls all the way, and now hits the 5, leads out. And that was enough to scare Ken. I don't know if you put him on a 5, but at least calling the way all the way down and betting that big, maybe put him on a better king.
flush to you, right? Just gotta take this instead of flush. I didn't even look.
We have a straddle on the battery for 20. Which is
But if you are looking to come on down to Jacksonville, take a look at our promotion calendar. We've got a lot going on throughout the entire month. Big one on the 11th. Saturday, January 11th, we've got our Power of One high hand, 1 p.m. to 11 p.m., $1,100 every 30 minutes going to the high hand here at our Jacksonville location. Again, that is on Saturday the 11th. Mark your calendars for that and come on down.
7, 9 fold. One raise.
Peter, there we go. And the cutoff picks up pocket 10s, gets a 3-bet in to $65 after Daniel raises his 9-6 offsuit. Ken is along for the ride. We should see a fold out of Daniel facing a 3-bet. He does lay it down. Heads up to the flop. Peter dominating Ken here pre-flop. And on the flop. 2 diamonds, pair of trays. Peter is betting his overpair to the board, 125, and that's enough to get Ken to fold. Maybe if that 3 was a 5, we might see something a little different. Nice pot for Peter.
King, you would have been pressing the issue with the king. You know what I mean?
Like if somebody raised, like no, like if somebody
Yeah,
raised a
lump.
5, right? You fold
You get in that
5.
motherfucker with
You gotta defend it.
5, 7 offs.
The same raise size, you
Crack
gotta
your
defend
head
it.
at the
Let's
end,
say
chase
that-
it.
Let's try it.
This is my luck. You probably, I don't know. I ain't putting him on the 5, but I just know.
Well, that's a good read, Ken. That's pretty much exactly how it happened. Stuck around with a 5 and hit. Speaking of 5s, Corey picks up pocket 5s here pre-flop.
7 raises.
Facing the $10 straddle, he gets the raise in. 25.
8, 9 fold.
Peters got a suited king-queen, makes the call. Steven with a suited ace is in there. Tyler folds, I'm sorry, looking at that wrong. So Tyler's in there with Jack 10. We got 5 players to the flop.
The song Bad Readers, Shooting Star, with the little kid that's like spinning around.
Queen high board. Peter flopping trips, but Corey flopping a boat.
Song, and then I put it
Could see some fireworks here between the two of them and see how it plays out. Let's check to Corey.
7 bet.
130 in the pot. Corey's going to lead out $25 with the boat. Dangerous bet there. Peter makes the call with the queen.
No,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
you
what I'm
can.
talking about.
You can.
It was, it's like,
Definitely would have liked a bigger bet out of Corey. He thinks he's good.
spinning his kid at like the little
I mean, he is good currently, but
thing or whatever, and the kid's just spinning around and round and round.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't
Peter calls. You got to put him on a queen at this point.
What is this song?
You'll see the thumbnail, you'll know.
Corey is first to act here.
It's like,
Yeah, you know what
Boat. Peter needing a king, a queen, or a 10 to improve his hand. Now Corey bets 75. Again, not enough to get Peter to go anywhere. He actually raises here. Little min raise to 150. Just that. So facing a raise. At this point, I think Corey's just going to move all in. There it is. He shoves. And Peter makes the call with trip queens. Corey with the boat. Peter looking for a king, a queen, or a 10 for a larger boat. Does not get there. Fives full of queens. He's going to win this one. Big pot for Corey. And a great flop for Corey, especially with Peter having the queen.
That's it. I told y'all to believe, but shit. Listen, points count like that too.
That's even worse. Even worse for Peter. He thought he was good at Showdown. Did not see Corey had a boat. Man.
I feel like you showed me this video, if anything.
No, you show us.
I showed you this video?
Yes.
Man, I don't
What video is it?
It's pretty funny, actually.
You have to know the song, like the.
It doesn't really matter.
Again, if you're just tuning in, thank you for joining us here. Best Bet Live, streaming out of Jacksonville, Florida. Tonight we got a 2-5 no limit hold'em deep cash game. It's a $1,500 max buy-in.
Those were so funny when they were Those were so funny.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, those were so funny when they were going around. I need to see that. Like, I need to. I realize I'm working.
Your whole day.
I realize I'm working, but I need to see that. So,
Like
like,
that.
calls.
Like Nyan Cat.
Like 2 calls. 1 call.
There is a lot like these, but that's
7 calls. 4 calls.
I really don't
I love that
remember
song.
5 calls.
You showed it to me.
I believe you, like, but I just don't
6
remember.
calls. 7
I
calls.
have no reason not to believe you.
5 times.
I just,
Got 5 players to the flop here. Pretty big range of hands. Let's see what the board brings us. Queen high.
Wherever spinning kid.
Don does have a pair of queens.
I will show you. I don't know if it was that.
Best hand. Angel has a pair. A backdoor flush draw. She checks. Now Don with the top pair.
He sounds like the hockey.
Yeah, what is this? Curling?
He is going to bet $80. Over to Tyler with the gut shot straight draw. Makes the call. Ken with bottom pair on the button makes the call. Let's see if that's enough to get Angel to join in. See if she's priced in at this point. Bottom pair and a backdoor flush draw. Not only was she priced in, she gets the raise. I love it. Nice check raise here to 325. That's enough to get Don to fold, and everybody else should follow suit, looking at their hands. Ken does not want to. but ends up having to. Great raise, great check raise by Angel on the flop here to take this one down. Nice hand for her. That's how you play bottom pair with a flush draw, folks. Take
I
notes.
followed that video earlier. Oh, okay. I don't know why. I think I followed that song. And then that made me immediately think of that video.
I love that song.
That's a good song, yeah.
It is.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
Nope. Nope. Never. Just only the memes and videos.
They make more of them like that? Like,
Yeah, there are hundreds.
There's
With that
a lot.
song.
With that
With
song.
that
In the
song.
same type of format where there's like somebody
So
gets
the
slapped
16
or
and
something
17.
and it goes into outer space. It's hilarious.
It's great.
I guess that song is just particularly good for that.
Thanks, Rizzy. They're in Twitch.
You interact.
Doing the stream for a little while, so we appreciate
I totally don't.
positive feedback.
I literally just I spent like 3 or 4 hours one day just going through watching them. They're so good.
As you see on the bottom of the screen, the Best Bet Winter Series is coming. Going from Friday, January 17th through Sunday, January 26th. Event number 1, $360 buy-in, 100K guaranteed, no limit hold'em tournament. We've got 4 flights into that on Friday and Saturday, 17th and the 18th, noon and 6 p.m. on each of those days. $360 buy-in is going to get you 20,000 in chips, 30-minute levels on day 1, 40-minute levels on day 2, and we'll be streaming the final table here on Best Bet Live on Sunday the 19th. Joining the action here, we got Steven raising with King Jack. It's a couple callers. Around to Daniel on the button with Ace King of Hearts. He puts the 3-bet in $150. Back to Steven. Makes the laydown. I'm sure Tyler and Ken are going to be very close behind there. Nice 3-bet by Daniel pre-flop to take that one down.
I was thinking of that video song.
So we do also, during our winter series, have an $1,100 main event, 200K guaranteed prize pool for that. Two flights. Day 1A, Friday, January 24th at 11 a.m. Day 1B, Saturday, January 25th at 11 a.m. 25,000 in chips, 40-minute levels on that one. And again, we will be streaming the final table of that main event for the Best Bet Winter Series here on Best Bet Live. Bunch of other events mixed in there as well, from Hold'em to Omaha, different buy-ins, plenty of action for everybody, plus satellites into both the main event and event number 1. You can check out the tournament calendars at our website, bestbetjax.com.
You know what I do when I'm tired? I come play poker for US dollars. Otherwise,
Also on stream.
Yeah.
So all kids.
Thumb on the button.
I make my best decisions.
All those events are trophy events during the Best Bet Winter Open. In case you want some hardware for your mantle, be sure to mark your calendars for all those events.
You know when I did? Because I really want to know.
In Vegas, bro.
In Vegas, okay. Maybe it was really late.
None folds.
Is it Blake? No.
Was it black?
One fold.
It's probably Blake. That seems like something Blake might show.
Because you've seen it.
I know what it is. Like, I've heard the song before, and I've seen, like,
About that meme.
that meme. But it's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't recall. I would show you something like that, though.
No, the same.
Okay, I'll take it. No, there's one. I know what I showed you. I don't know what the name of it is. It's similar. It's like another trivia game.
When we watched the micro, we did.
Everyone.
Yeah, but probably they will too.
What? No, that was like, he was like, because you hadn't seen it. So he was like, you gotta watch it.
Beauty. Where it's like a guy staring in space.
I think you took my small blind as well.
Calculus equations like floating around.
Alabama win today?
Seen something like that. I don't know if I ever one time.
They give you one and then
I think you threw another one.
I threw a small blind out here and I threw you another one.
Okay. No, you can straddle. Straddle into the gun.
Not that I don't want to tip you more.
Yeah, straddle under the gun. Fold 5, fold 6. Fold 7. Fold 8. Is the bet for 9. Fold 1, fold 2. And one more. One more bet. Fold 3. Heads up.
Are you considering going to the hard rock?
Cocktails, food or drink?
Heads up action here between Tyler and Don. Up comes Queen, Jack, Trey, 2 spades.
I'm staying with a friend of mine.
Tyler is open-ended. He checks it. Don has ace high. He bets it. $60. That's not enough to get Tyler off his straight draw here.
Yeah, you bagged on one bullet. Yeah. Everybody else
Deuce of hearts on the turn is a blank.
didn't bag on 6.
Tyler checks again.
I think so, yeah. It's rough. That was a rough one.
Don's going to bet again. Ace high on the button. 175. And that's enough to get Tyler to fold his open-ended straight draw. Nice hand by Don.
And straddle number 5. Wrong colors. Wrong colors.
Play 5-2.
I'm sorry.
You can only raise to less than the previous bet. So you can make it 5, you can make it 1.
Fold 6. Fold 7. Is the bet on 8. Fold 9. Easy pick.
Who knows it is?
Fold 1.
He's got a hand.
Call 2, call 3.
What's that?
And call 5.
I play it.
5 in the hand. Check 2. Check 3. Check 5. Check 8. And check 1. Check 2. 75 is the bet from 3.
Yeah.
Fold 5. Fold 8. Fold 8. Fold 1, fold 2. You got a high hand. You should have a high hand.
Nobody have.
High hand. Well, the queens with 10.
We'd like to confirm what the payout for the other players are.
Should be a table share.
Yeah, what's the table share?
Should be like a friend.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's during the day.
No table share. Yeah? No? Oh, I think it's 400. What's table share? What? You guys should have table share. I agree. Yeah, you know what? I agree with that. Boy, oh boy. I think that's a great idea.
I think table share is fun. It's exciting. You know, you don't have to do anything. You throw money.
I think the promotion should be like a poll.
A wall?
Poll. Like, you know, when you run a poll,
Straddle
like to see what the players like.
Oh, a hole. Yeah.
Do you speak English?
I thought that it was literally a strip mall.
Hold 7. Hold 8.
Isn't
No,
a
no, no.
poll should just kind of
Yeah.
the same spelling as it.
P-O-L-O. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no, it's P-O-L-E. And it's P-O-L-L.
30.
But it all both
I had
sounds
qualified
the
on
same.
the last stream.
30 is the bet from 9.
Yeah, but in my mind.
So we got Don here raising $30 with pocket sevens.
Out the gutter.
See if he gets any action here. Tyler out of the small blind, Jack 10 is going to make the call. And that looks like it might be it. Heads up to the flop.
I'm imagining it right now.
Started up with you two again. God.
Oh wait, you the best
Kind of had an idea.
poll.
Toby said that he growing his hair long for you.
He did.
What's the poles that have like a string and volleyball on it?
Tetherball.
Tetherball, yeah.
Check 9. I can see Don dominating on the table.
So Tyler turning a jack here, and he's going to lead out, betting $25. Don looking at 3 overcards now to his pair of sevens. Probably going to lay this one down.
I mean, yeah.
And he does.
Reason to give like, you know, like
Some reasonable option.
yeah, like A, B, C, D, you know.
Tetherball. Really? You duck the ball around the string and right. That's what yeah. That's what we call
Straddle
it.
on the button. I can totally see where you're knocking it over people's heads on the court where they can't even hit it. Oh, he's coming back in? Alright. So he's buying the button. Oh, no. You're still straddled. But he's going to post. You go down to settings and you've got to manually shift it to 1 blind. See where it says blind? So just click it until it says 1. Good to go. 5 folds, 6
So we have a button straddle here.
7 makes a 40, 8 folds. Fold 9.
And we have Corey here, pocket 8s, gets the raise in. $40 to go.
3.
Peter in seat 1 with pocket queens. He just flats. Steven calls with the suited ace, and we're going to see a flop here. And we have an ace spiking, giving Ken and Steven a pair of aces. Corey stuck in the middle there with a set of 8s. Ken leads out, pair of aces, $70. Let's see what Corey elects to do. 2 clubs on the board, so might see a raise out of him here. Trying to get flush draws out. 150 to go. Peter lets go of his pocket queens. Back to Steven here with position and an ace. Lets it go. The weak kicker. But Ken does make the call with his ace.
Heads up. Check in the dark. 4. Check in the
10 of clubs. Ken picks up the flush draw and spikes the flush on the river. But we're just checking it down. That's why you don't check it down, Corey. I don't know if you could bet big enough on the turn to get Ken off of that hand. So maybe he got away losing the minimum there.
Anybody else, man, but I quit.
Oh, I guess they got history together. That's why they're checking it down.
Fold 7, fold 8. Fold 9. Fold 1. 25 is the bet from 2. Fold 3. Call 4. Thank you. Call 5. And call 6. Fold 3. Check 5. Check 6. All in. And 2. Fold 4. Fold 5. Fold 6.
So we have an all in here by Steven and no action. Going to take the blinds. The calls. $55 chip up isn't too bad when you don't have anything.
She was just here, but she won't.
Cocktail. Cocktail.
Come on, Corey. Put up the blind.
Two straddle on the button.
Lefty.
10 to go. Fold 6. Raise the 55 from 7. Fold 8.
We do have a button straddle here. Corey out of the big blind raises it up. Pocket jacks. $55 to go. Steven. Let's go his king jack. Ken is in there with 10 tray off for some reason. And Toby with a suited queen on the button makes the call. 3 players. 2 hearts. 9 high board. Ken's got a gut shot.
105.
Corey with the over pair. Toby with middle pair. Corey leads out. 105 to go.
Fold 4.
And that's enough to take it down.
Very good.
Again, we've got a lot going on as far as promotions throughout the month of January. All of our regular high hand promotions. We also are going to be giving away satellite tickets throughout the month for the different satellites and mega satellites into our event number 1 and main event of the Best Bet Winter Series. We've got the Power of One promotion on Saturday the 11th, 1 p.m. to 11 p.m., $1,100 every 30 minutes. That's at our Jacksonville location. And then at our both locations on Friday the 31st, we have our Monster High Hand back, 12 to 6. And from 6 to midnight, we're going to have 2 payouts of $6,000 apiece. And that can be split. So if somebody gets a high hand, you can tie it and get a share of that. And again, that is happening simultaneously at both Orange Park and Jacksonville. Again, that's on Friday the 31st. More details on all of our promotions and tournaments. You can check out those calendars and more. BestBetJax.com. That's JAX. BestBetJax.com. Turning to action here, Don with pocket kings.
Check 9. All in 2.
Steven here flops 2 pair. Relatively short stacked. He's going to move all in. Let's see if he gets any action. Tyler right behind. He's got the backdoor flush draw. He's got the gut shot straight draw.
Technically, it's not on you.
He's thinking about it. Although right behind, we have Ken already asking for the count, so that that might slow Tyler down. So Ken is in there. He's got open-ended straight draw. King or an 8 gives him the straight.
275.
And he makes the call. Over to Don.
Fold 9.
And pocket kings not looking pretty good with that board. 8 spikes on the turn, giving Ken the straight. 2 pair, no good for Steven.
Look out, everyone.
1 fold, 2 folds, 3 folds, 4 folds, 5 folds. 20 is the best of 6. Fold 7. Call 8. Thank you.
So rejoining the action here, we got Daniel raising to $20. Ace Queen offsuit.
95.
Angel makes the call with the suited king. Don with pocket 10s out of the big blind. Gets the raise and 3 bets to $95. Daniel flats. Angel's out of there. Heads up to the flop. Don spikes a 10 for the set. Daniel looking at a gut shot. Straight draw. Don's first act with his set.
100 is the best of 9.
Gets the bet in after the 3-bet pre-flop, excuse me. $100 to go.
Call 6.
And Daniel calls, looking for that king. Doesn't get it on the turn. Should see a decent sized bet by Don here on the turn. $410 in the pot. And whatever he bet is good enough to get Daniel to fold. Not enough value to look for that king on the river. Just tuning in, thank you for joining us here on Best Bet Live. Tonight we're bringing you a 2-5 no limit hold'em deep game. It's a $1,500 max buy-in. If you are watching on Facebook or Twitch, YouTube, be sure to hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribed so you get updates whenever we go live in the future. You can also watch all of our archive videos on there as well. Plenty of poker action to watch.
No. This time I'll fold.
It's a different situation.
Right,
You're
exactly.
a small blind.
Right.
Come on.
Position.
40 is the best of 7. Call 8. And call 2.
Corey raises his suited ace here. Gets called out of Angel and Steven. 3 players to the flop. Queen high board. Corey's ace 9 is currently the strongest hand.
Check 7.
Let's see if he gets, no, he checks. No C-bet here. Free card coming on the turn. 10 of diamonds opens it up a little bit. Steven with the open-ended straight draw. Of course, Corey has both of his outs in his hand. Angel There's another out in hers, so he does not get that straight draw. Ace high, the 9 kicker is good. Let's see if there's any betting here on the river. Looks like we're just going to check the whole way down. And ace 9 is going to take it. I feel like somebody missed a bet at some point.
Call 4. Call 5. Call 6. Call 7. Call 8. $55 is the best of 9.
After a whole lot of flatting, we got Don raising to $55. Ace, queen offsuit in the button. Peter makes the call. King, queen offsuit. Ken makes the call as well. 8-6 offsuit. He likes to see flops, that's for sure. Let's see 3 players to the flop here.
Check 1.
You see your face up under that?
Pull it down lower, Don.
Yeah,
Got a pair of 10s on the board. Ace queen is still good. They check around to Don, see if he gets a C bet in.
Check 9.
He checks behind. Free turn card is the 4 diamonds. Does not change anything.
Check 1. Check 4.
I guess he doesn't want to check. Everybody's checking. Ken wants to bet it.
90 is the best in 4.
Make it look, disguise it as a value bet, maybe to scare somebody off. Doesn't think anybody has anything. And, I mean, he's right, pretty much. For the most part, you bet there on the turn with them having these hands, and you're gonna get them to fold. But Don, feeling comfortable with ace queen, not thinking Ken has a 10 or something to go with it, puts the raise in 290. Ken very well could be betting a flush draw here, so ace high could be good in that regard. 290 is the bet, 200 on top of Ken's initial bet. And he lays it down. Don picking up a free $90 off of Ken there.
Wow.
I was close. It's glad it was the other one, the 10.
Hey, yeah.
You guys have to make that right.
C2 back and he's posting. Remember to do that?
That's why I get so much talking about.
You probably was behind though.
What?
You probably was behind. You know you was ahead with
Do you have a pair? Besides what was paired on the board? Then you were behind.
Oh, okay. I raised 700 right there, you fold. Fast. Like, you do, you know you do, man.
I'm stuck on. Clearly you don't know I'm stuck on.
You ain't stuck. You got bills too. Hey, your ass got bills. Don't get no TV showing out now.
4.
You wasn't stuck.
40 is the best in 5. 6 fold. 7, 8 fold. 9 fold.
Played together for many years. Many years.
Fold 2.
You do know it's stuck me.
3.
What?
Toby raises here king 10, gets a call out of Peter and Ken. Peter with another pocket pair here, and the button. I wouldn't have minded a raise out of Peter there, just sweeten up the pot, scare somebody, but I'm a loose player. They all check, free turn card. Peter now picks up the open-ended straight draw. Toby has top pair, and now he elects to bet it for $70. Now Peter has enough to make the call. Pair and a straight draw, he's in. Ken lets it go, heads up to the river. Tray of diamonds gives Peter the straight. Toby with top pair, first to act. 270 in the pot. Toby puts a bunch of green out there. And whatever it is, oh, there we go. Peter moves all in, and the one with the straight. And Toby with facing that raise lays it down. Pair of kings in the muck. Straight is good for Peter. Might have been a little more in there if he raised pre-flop, like I was saying. I don't know. But nice hand for Peter. So the Winter Series is on its way. We've got the main event, $1,100 buy-in. 2 flights into that. Friday and Saturday, 24th to 25th, 11 a.m. starts on each of those days. $1,100 buy-in, but if that's too much, we've got plenty of satellite action. We've got high hands that get you into satellites throughout the month, and we also have mega satellites, 3 of them into that main event. Friday the 10th, Thursday the 16th, and Thursday the 23rd. 6 p.m. starts on each of those. $260 buy-in, 20 seats guaranteed in those satellites to get into that $1,100 main event. So be sure to check out the satellite schedule and the Winter Series schedule itself. Our website, bestbetjacks.com. Big hand here, lots going on, lots of action. Daniel raising pocket tens and everybody and their mother making the call. 7 players after a raise to $40. Queen high board on the flop. Steven's hand not reading. He does have position on the button. We're checking around. Surprised that Daniel didn't get the C-bet in there. Steven checks as well. Turn is a deuce of clubs. Expect Daniel to fire here on the turn after everybody checked the flop. Really? Daniel checking again. Very surprising. And everybody's checking. River, there's an ace. And everybody's just going to check it down. Oh, Ken bets $10 after everybody checked the whole way down. Angel makes the call with the same hand, and we're going to be splitting the pot between the two of them. Daniel missing 2 good spots to bet there on the flop and the turn. Surprised he didn't. Probably would have taken it down. So we got a nice chop here between Ken and Angel.
No, pre-flop. Oh, yeah. There's too much money out there. I want to take it down. I would have. Everybody would have folded. Yeah, I only have to worry about that. It would have worked. Even though we knew what you were doing, it would have worked. It was pretty good here. King 9 suited. King 9 suited. George was running.
Thank you.
That's what
How's the gambling move? I didn't want to take my hand twist flop 6, 7 million ways.
You would have got away with it, bro.
Yeah, I would have got away with it.
It'd be the one you try. Somebody know you had to call.
You got mine?
Oh, I don't think I got you.
That was my line. What is it? Oh, $5 Every dealer. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought it was the first time. I wasn't even tipping the dude.
Here to make money, making bank off us.
Yeah, it's a holiday. They're working.
Oh, why y'all ain't say nothing? Y'all ain't say every time the dealer transfers.
So we tip
Yeah, we
like
did.
that, and then you don't have to
Each
tip if
time.
you don't
Well,
want to.
You did it.
Yeah, okay, I have.
You're in there.
Okay.
Free tip.
Free tip.
I don't know, I'm slow.
And then you can tip on top of that.
Just fell on the button.
Yeah.
Call for call for it. Call two. Option on the three. 4 players. Check 4, check 5. Check 2. Bet 1. And then we go.
You welcome.
Appreciate you, man.
I ain't gonna do that now. Tip no more now.
He said, all right. You're the deck. Yes, you are. Big fold. Use it outside. Back fold. One calls. 2 folds.
We didn't have last.
Calls. 5 calls. 6 raises. Sorry, 7 raises. 55.
We ain't been going like that since you've been gone. We playing 2-2 right now.
Fell on the button.
Ain't nobody getting no hands, huh?
How the dogs doing for it? How the dogs doing?
Getting that.
Calm down, dog.
Oh, that's the hair. Fell on the button. Boy, you're gonna be first.
He said he let his hair grow out for you.
That's what it was. This whole time.
We got a massage table at our house, Don, if you want to like straight massages.
You want a forehand massage?
Yeah, forehand massage.
Wow. Oh, what? Not my life.
Don might need like an 8-handed massage.
7 calls.
There's too much square footage.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doc.
The dealer tell a story one time, Don getting a massage and the masseuse told him
Yes,
to
sir. That's right,
relax.
you're referring
And he
now.
said, this is how I am.
All right, rejoining the action here, we've got Tyler raising with Trey Deuce out of the hijack. $50 to go. Gets a call out of Ken with Queen 10. Corey with a pocket pair out of the small blind.
7 calls.
He makes the call. And Steven's in there with an ace. 4 players going to see this flop. Eight high board. Corey's 5s are the strongest hand right now. Steven with a pair of 4s. Tyler has bottom pair.
7 checks.
We're all checking around so far. Oh, Steven's going to bet here. His pair of 4s, 75. Tyler right behind with bottom pair makes the call. Ken, Queen 10, does lay it down. Back to Corey. 5s are gone. Heads up action to the turn. Jack of hearts on the turn. It's blank. And Steven gets the C-bet in. $100 to go with his 4s. Tyler thinking about it. He wants to make the call with bottom pair with an even lower kicker. And he makes the call. Needs a tray or a deuce to improve his hand, or a really nice bet on the river to take it.
2 moves all in.
Steven moves all in on the river. That should be enough. Well, no, it's really not that much. The size of the pot. Tyler might just pay him off just because of the value there. See his hand. Does not want to punt away another $180. He does make the laydown. Nice hand for Steven, betting all the way. Chipping up about $350.
The computer might have messed it up. So if you want to just push everything out, I'll count it for you, and you can stack everything up. I'm going to do the same for you too. You get both of your stack counts. The computer messed it up, so we got to go and take care of that real quick.
Cocktails, food and beverages.
No, just 3 and 4. Got it.
You got it.
I had you beat too. 11, 4, 13, 13. Oh. He had called. What you had?
I hit the 6 on the river, but I was cut shot straight from it. Yeah, when you hit that open ender, I fucked it.
Just doing some maintenance here, guys, making sure we have accurate chip counts. We're a little off now. Things should be up to date.
She's going about it.
Is she here first one?
She's not.
Damn, you went to the girls' bathroom? Damn, let her be in privacy. You a motherfucker, boy. Boy, you don't play the radio, boy. You gonna act like a thong, man. What you doing on the phone? What you told him you were in
Fold 1, fold 2.
That's why I draw my hair out so I can go in there with her if I want to.
So, 3, 5, 4's gonna raise it to 120.
All right, here we go. We've got Tyler raising to 25, ace-6 offsuit. We've got Ken 3-betting ace-king offsuit, and Toby getting the 4-bet in with pocket queens. Big hand right here. Don't see much else calling. Looking at their hands, and Tyler probably going to fold here to a 4-bet. Probably
It's 320.
not sure if Ken's going to flat here to shove. Ken's made some very loose calls pre-flop before. Now he's got a hand. Open mucks ace-king. Wow. To the 4-bet. Nice fold with pocket queens. Although seeing that, I'm sure he would have liked to make the call. He probably puts Toby there on kings or aces for that 4-bet pre-flop. But I mean, even though it's kind of pretty much a coin flip, he's still behind. So good fold.
Straddle on the button. Raise to 60 from the 9. 1 fold. 2 and 3 fold. 4 fold. 5 and 6 fold.
thought a butt was
That
on
is
my
also a
face.
fact.
I can't see that far. I can't even see that far.
100 from the 9.
300.
300.
Put it up. All in. That was.
Don bets 100 on the flop there, and real quick, facing a raise out of Ken with bottom pair. Ken a little tilty after that
All of the day.
pre-flop action last hand when he folded the ace-king to Toby's queens. But a snap raise on the flop here. Don was the pre-flop aggressor.
To the turn we go, gentlemen.
Oh, there we go. Pocket kings. Really bad spot for Ken here. Don's probably in a really good position to check this turn just to see what Ken will do. There it is. And we have an all-in by Ken. Don with an overpair. Very strong hand, but Ken with a snap raise pre-flop and the all-in on the turn here. I mean, do you put him on a set? On 2 pair? It's easy to put him on playing like an aggressive flush draw on the flop, but to move all in here on the turn with a flush draw doesn't necessarily make sense. Can call the pre-flop raise. Snap raises Don's $100 bet on the flop.
It ain't going nowhere.
You're fine. You can go back.
You can push it out, but you can
And now just
1,010.
Don trying to figure out what is going on with this hand.
you want me to do, man?
And this aggressive betting by Ken, both on the flop and the turn, very well could get Don to fold this monster. And Don makes the call, and it's the right call. Ken just tilting after open mucking ace-king to Toby's pocket queens pre-flop last hand, and just got very aggressive with this hand, and it almost worked, but Don had a monster. He ran up against pocket kings, and Don's gonna felt him.
1 for 4 tonight.
That was a big one, though, to make up for the 4.
Nice hand, Don. I really like the ace came, and I'm like, you're just like, turn over.
I think you have to say
So go ahead, I'll fold it.
probably the
Yeah.
8.5.
Got it.
Call that something?
I don't think I would ever see the word running.
Nice hand, Don.
I know, right? It's just like, against
Kings
Don.
are getting in my head, I'm telling you. You're just getting smashed.
Don, you're doing that thing again.
I know.
I know.
It is New Year's. New Year,
3
new me.
raises to 30.
I'm gonna start tipping.
5 and 6 folds. New year, new me.
No more gym. Start tipping dealers.
Wow. Revolutionary. 7 calls, 8 folds, 9 folds. 1 fold. And 2.
That would be a cool thing to do. Every year you just switch to be like the absolutely opposite.
Three bet 50, 7 raised to 125. I would check out.
I think he got beat. I looked at the board.
Did he get beat?
It was like 9 minutes, 8 high straight flush, and now it's 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he said they had straight.
exactly. That's, when I put them
But
on that,
I'm like, it's about like 30 minutes later. No
anything
one
over
really
the board, that's 10 decisions.
Yeah, I never heard anybody announce anything higher. So. We're just made out some random down, I think.
What will happen if that happens? That you have to come to that table and check the money back something like that?
I mean, but that's a task. That's a task.
I'm sure Besto would just give that, like, give double.
Or they will give double?
No.
Be like, oh, we get to skip him another 300.
Just give one another thing.
Yeah, no problem.
I think one time they actually paid the wrong person. It was like,
They
beat, it was like 10 seconds left on the clock and then but then they paid the guy that lost.
I mean, make sure
And
you have
then
like
they-
something. Yeah, that's fine.
He kept it on his stack and he was playing. And then they figured it out like a couple minutes later, and they're like, "No, you gotta." Like they try to get him to give them the money back, but the guy's like, "No, I'm not giving you the money back."
Did he get there?
No,
No,
they can't do
they
anything.
made the mistake of giving it to him. So, 7 bets, 300. Yeah, like
But,
once
like-
that money touches his hand, that's why I said it's a task, it's a challenge, because it's already there. You give it. Yeah,
You
don't
said I already spent it, like,
that's it. Like I
I
already bet it on one card in one hand.
$250
so.
in food.
Because a lot of the limit players like to make deals with other players. So if they win a high hand, they're gonna give out their deal money, and then it's kind of hard from there.
Big hand here between Tyler and Corey. Corey has trip jacks. Tyler with the open-ended straight draw is raising Corey here on the turn, going up to 600. Min raise after Corey let out for 300. Corey raised Tyler on the flop,
Yeah, that actually went through my head.
and now it's
Not much there.
Tyler raising Corey here on the turn. With trips, Corey's not going anywhere, so he moves all in. And at this point, Tyler has is pot committed, so he throws the rest of it in. And now Tyler is drawing to an ace or a 9 to win this. Does not get there. Corey with jacks full of 10s going to take this one down. Another full house for Corey here on this live stream table. Earlier, flopping 5s full of queens against Peter in the 1 seat and getting paid off against him. This time, jacks full of 10s. He paid off by Tyler. Missed his straight draw.
Yeah. What you got? Here, give me 14. The other 100. Come here.
Yeah, I got 100 in my wallet.
Yeah. I'm trying to get more cash in.
We'll take a look at the cumulative winnings after that hand. Both Don and Corey up big. Both of them up about 1,500. Angel and Toby up a little bit, and everybody else down big. Ken,
I like to have cash on hand.
with Tyler and Ken
Take the excess off.
looking to buy back in here.
So keep the pumpkin, the black chips, and this on it red, and take the rest off, so you're not.
January 28th.
Aren't you
Or end
sticking
of
around for the events here?
Yeah. Good. Not for the first weekend. I'm going to go to South Florida.
What they got in South Florida?
They have 2 weekends. They have an 1,100 on the first weekend, 1 million. And the next weekend they have a 3,500. 2 million or something.
That's this weekend coming up?
No, it's on January
You're gonna be big boy.
10th or something like that. Maybe next weekend. This is the first one. It's the 1,100.
6 holes.
After that big hand, Corey picks up pocket kings. It's the raise in, $45. See if he gets any action.
Oh, yeah.
So far, nothing to call with. Oh, we got Tyler here with ace king. A nice little rematch after that last hand. Puts the raise in, 3-bet to 200. Should see a 4-bet here out of Corey with pocket kings. Especially figuring in Tyler's tilt. Maybe not. He just flats. Tyler saying he's all right getting it all in pre. Makes Corey a little nervous.
That's not an old game.
10 high board, 2 hearts for Tyler. $400 in the pot. Tyler checks. Corey now moves all in. And Tyler snaps him off there, looking for an ace or a heart. Ace on the turn is going to do it for Tyler. And after a big hand for Corey last time, Tyler gets all of that back this hand. Even if it was all in pre-flop, same result. Tyler spiking an ace on the turn. I mean, not a bad flop for Tyler there with the nut heart draw, but I don't think I could have made a call for all my chips like that on the flop after facing after Corey calls that big bet pre-flop. Moving all in is quite different from calling all in. But it paid off for Tyler. Big hand. Oh, we got Guns 333 on Twitch. Those calls will cost you long term. That's for sure. Again, I don't know if it was just him being on tilt, but Tyler told Corey, hey, let's just get it in pre-flop and run it. So he was ready to go with that suited ace-king no matter what. And even if he did move all in, again, like I said, same result. Ace-king versus kings. It's just something that happens. Yeah, I'll put some stats up after this hand, guys. 4 players here. Ace, high board, 3 hearts. No hearts in the player's hands. Daniel with the ace. He checks it. You see a free turn card. 10 doesn't really improve anything for anybody. I'm going to guess Tyler picks up a straight draw here. Jack will give him Broadway. Daniel bets his ace, and that's going to be good to get everybody to fold.
I'm not sure actually because it started so late, so I don't know. What's Toby in like 2 hands? You pick up king.
And after that hand, Don and Tyler up big. Don's still up about $1,500. Tyler digging his way out of that hole, up $850 after being stuck. Again, big hand between him and Corey got him back out of that hole.
There's nothing you can do, though, you know what I'm saying? No. That was terrible.
9 raises to 50.
But we have a raise out of Don in this hand. King, Jack offsuit. Going up to $50. Peter makes the call. Ace, Queen offsuit. Over to Toby in the small blind. Jack 10 suited. Looks like it's going to be 3 players to the flop here. King high board. Don flops 2 pair. Peter with the gut shot. Toby with a pair of jacks. Everybody's got a little something, but we're all checking to the turn. Very interesting. 4 of spades. 2 spades on the board now. Don with the spade blocker. We're still checking. Now with 2 pair, Don likes to get some chips together. Leads out for $80. Peter calls, looking for a 10. Back to Toby with the jacks. He calls as well. And Don disguising his hand pretty well with that check on the flop. 9 of diamonds on the river does not help Toby or Peter. Toby checks. See if Don can get any more out of these guys. Probably nothing out of Peter. Two pairs going to be good. And again, Toby confused.
Come on, 10. Damn it.
I literally thought he got there again.
God. Put a 9 out there. My heart's
Toby's all up in my head.
So taking a look at our promotion calendars again, just a reminder, we've got a whole bunch going on here in January. Top of our regular high hands, we're giving away a bunch of satellite tickets to get into our different events for the Winter Series. We also have our Power of One promotion on Saturday, January 11th, from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m., $1,100 every 30 minutes. That'll be a big promotion. You guys need to get here early for that so you can get a seat before we fill up. And we've got the Monster High hand again, the end of the month, Friday the 31st, noon to 6 and 6 to midnight. $6,000 payout happening both at our Jacksonville and Orange Park location. We're sharing it. You can tie the high hand and get a share of that $6,000 during each of those periods. And that is the Monster High hand on the 31st.
Shooting stars, vibrators, vibrator.
Did you take a look in the search in YouTube for shooting star?
7 raises, 35.
Whatever videos. Because there's a lot of
Corey picks up ace jack of hearts, gets the raise in, 35 to go. Don with pocket queens. Is he talking to Toby here? Looks down at a big hand. Announces a raise. 100 on top. Should be enough to get most everybody to fold except for Tyler here. Pocket aces. Oh boy. He raises it up. 4-bet to 325. That's enough to get Corey to fold. Back to Don with pocket queens. Tyler was down pretty big, and with a couple of hands, he's looking to be set up with all the chips. 2 big stacks at the table going at it here. Don with pocket queens facing Tyler's $325 4-bet. Tyler playing very loose here on the stream. And I think Don has picked up on that. He makes the call here. Unfortunately for Don, he's up against a monster, especially with that flop. Both have overpairs. Tyler with the straight draw to back up his aces. Don't be so he checks. Tyler's going to bet, and Don is going, oh my goodness, he checks behind. 5 of spades on the turn. Both Don and Tyler have very strong spades in their hand. Can Don get a check out of this turn here? He does check. And here is where Tyler elects to bet. $700 in the pot. 375. About half the pot. Pair on the board. 3 cards to a flush. 3 to a straight. Don has a flush blocker in his hand. Looks like he's getting a call together. He does flat. Deuce of clubs on the river. Tyler with the straight. Didn't need the deuce. Probably would have preferred like a red 10 or something. I don't know if he's going to get much out of Don in this spot. Don's got to put him on at least ace-king, I feel like. Suited ace-king the way the action went down at least. I just don't see, yeah, like I said, the two hurt him. Tyler's not going to get anything out of Don in this spot. He bets 1,000 on the river. Don wants to think about it. Again, Tyler 4 bets pre-flop for 325. They both check the flop. Yeah, you can't call. Just.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
You got. Oh wow is right. I feel like Don got away with the minimum there. The way the betting was going on the flop. Got another nice hand for Tyler, chipping up again. And after that, now Tyler sitting at the top as far as winnings go, up over 1,600. Don still up big, up over 1,000. Everybody else playing catch up. Take a look at some other stats here. As far as voluntarily putting in the pot, we don't see Ken here just because he's not at the table right now. He is by far the highest percentage.
He doesn't like to get it in that deep. It's slightly adjustable.
There you go. Get back to the action here. Yeah, like I said, I feel like in that spot, the way the hand went pre-flop, you got to put them on something big. Somebody's 4-betting pre-flop. They're going to have a really big pocket pair. They could have a suited ace-king, and there on the river, any ace is going to gets the straight. So, yeah, it's a good lay down by Don.
Oh man, one day I will run so pure.
He got lucky, not betting on the flop. To be honest. Well, welcome, Indy Goyce 8 in Twitch. Joining the stream here. This is a 2-5 no limit hold'em deep game. The max buy-in on this game is $1,500. Normally our 2-5 here, the max buy-in is $800. We had a few of the players here buy in for the max. Stacks have definitely swelled up since the stream started. Be sure to hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribed so that you can get updated every time we go live here. Go a couple times a week. We got a bunch of cash games and tournament final tables coming up this month, including our winter series. We've got event number 1, 100K guaranteed. We're going to be streaming the final table of that. And our main event, $1,100 buy-in, 200K guaranteed. We're going to be streaming the final table on that one as well. For our schedule, I'll go ahead and post the schedule there in the chat in just a minute, but you are always welcome to visit our website, bestbetjacks.com. Click on the poker tab, go down to Best Bet Live. You can see our schedule there. Any of the cash games that interest you, you can get on the wait list for. Send your information to sagec at bestbetjacks.com. That's SAIGEC at bestbetjacks.com.
Thought about going that one. They got some pretty good cash games there, but I wasn't going to play a tournament, but it's kind of a long way to drive, you know. I mean, it's kind of hard to get there otherwise.
20 is definitely 3, 4, 5, 6.
Also on any of our sites, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, you can watch our archived videos from past cash games and tournaments. Plenty of content to view.
Fold 9. Fold 9, call 2, heads up. Check 2, check 3. Check 2. 20 is a bet for 3. Call 2. Check 2. Check 3. Straddle on the 5. Forty's the best from 6. Fold 7.
Daniel's got a suited jack here.
9.
He's going to raise it up pre-flop, $40. Angel with a pocket pair makes the call. Peter on the button. King, queen off makes the call. And Toby in there with a suited 9.
4 players.
4 players. Ace-high board.
Checks out.
No aces to be found. Daniel's got the open-ended straight draw.
Checks it.
I feel like a continuation bet would have been really good there, having the open-ended straight draw. But, you know, with 3 callers, I guess you got to be scared of an ace in that spot. Deuce of diamonds comes on the turn as a blank. We're still checking. You can get a bet in, Daniel. Come on. There it is. 125 to go. Angel makes the lay down. Peter folds his gut shot, and Toby is gone. So a bet by Daniel on the turn. It's everybody to fold.
I don't think so.
What's that guy's name?
What is C3's name? No, I've been looking at it all night and don't remember.
Ken?
No, that's C4. It's C3. Tyler. So we got straddle on the 6.
Talking about it? No, I seen it on TV. Yeah, I was talking about it.
So call 4. Fold 8.
Oh, I know where you go.
Y'all wonder what I call?
Fold
Where
9.
you go.
Call 1. Fold 2. Call
What did you
5.
call it? If you want to say. You don't have to.
I ain't put you on kings. I put you on ace king. I called you with a 4.
You didn't call her.
I mean, I went all in for
It makes me feel better. I lost a bunch
70
with
is
queens
the
to aces.
It don't make me feel better.
With ace, king of hearts, Toby's going to, Daniel's going to raise here to $70 pre-flop. And
Tyler said he'd give
not getting callers.
Tyler said he'd give you some.
3 is back.
Literally, I literally gave it.
I love
yeah.
my.
I folded a
Did you wanna
flush
post
when
that
I had
in
two
my
pair to
IG?
him in that big pot. Yeah, I folded a fucking flush.
Oh, there we go. I guess somebody talked to him.
It's a big crash right now.
And there was no mistake on our end as far as the tech goes.
I can't go call
Early
the
on
trade.
in the
Got
game,
5.
Tyler folded a flush to Ken. They both had 2 pair.
Coming this way.
Uh,
right before you get
Tyler had a better 2 pair, and when it came to Showdown, I'm sorry, Ken had the better 2 pair. So Ken says 2 pair, shows his cards. Tyler knows he has, you know, a worse 2 pair, but did not notice that he had backed into a flush, runner flush. So he mucked his cards, didn't turn him face up, lost the hand. I guess he had found out since then what he had done, realized it, just confirmed it right there. That's why you always turn your hand up when it comes to Showdown,
Fold 8.
just in case.
Fold 9. Fold 1. Fold 2. 20 is the best from 3. Call 4.
your high hand held up.
Call on 5. 3 play.
Whoa.
Check 4. Check 5. 20 is the best from 3. Call 4. We have a raise. Looks like 1.
So we got Tyler on the button raising with a suited ace, $20. Toby putting the pressure on him with a $100 raise.
All in.
So Toby's 2-pair here.
Call 5.
He makes the call after Ken moves all in with a pair of 9s. Ken drawing to a 9 or a 7 or a 6 to improve his hand. Tyler with the flush draw here, looking for a diamond. And the diamond hits on the river for Tyler. Let's see if he can get anything out of Toby here. Tyler, I mean, Toby's got to put one of these guys, at least one of these guys, on a flush draw, so he can't feel good about that diamond. Tyler tanking here after Toby checks the river. Over $1,000 in the pot already. 600, that should be enough to get Toby to fold. He does fold, and Tyler shows the flush. And that'll be it for Ken, it looks like. Tyler turning things around, running hot right now on this live stream. 2-5, no limit hold'em deep game, $1,500 max buy-in. Open seat. Come on down. So let's see, Miracle 185 there on Twitch saying not to show your cards at Showdown. Give that free information. Normally I'd agree with you, but here in this particular situation on a live stream, when you're only on a 15-minute delay, you have your friends watching at home. They can call, they can text you and let you know what was going on in big hands before. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's not going to hurt you to show your cards, especially in this particular instance, when everybody can see your whole cards at home. And so while you might give a player information on how you play a hand, then they're going to get that information, in 15 minutes regardless. If they have somebody watching at home, if they want to ask like what happened then. So normally on a regular cash game, if you don't want to show, I don't have a problem if you don't want to give away information. But personally, as a dealer, as a player, I see it happen all the time. I don't think you lose much by showing your hand at Showdown. I mean, especially in lower limit games, 2-2. I mean, 2-5 relatively low. It's not a big game. Not these, especially if you're not playing against professionals and whatnot. But I do know for a fact that these guys, they have people watching. Like they have people texting them, about big hands after it happens. We don't allow them to watch the stream at the table, so they can't see that. But they play the stream throughout the room in the other areas of the room, so anybody can let them know what they saw, or they could just leave the table and watch it themselves away from the table. So that is something that is a tool that some of these guys definitely utilize as part of this live stream, especially the regulars. Big hand here. Daniel with trip kings. Toby betting his 8s, betting that Daniel doesn't have a king. I think sorry, we get that the right way. Daniel is the one betting here after Toby flats on the flop. Toby's still not believing that he has a king.
Just happened to be the right amount.
Toby makes the call. Daniel not nervous here at all. Toby needs one of 2 cards to improve his hand. Does not get there. Full house for Daniel. Toby checks, and I don't think Daniel's going to get much out of Toby here. Daniel moves all in, and Toby's just gonna, he should lay it down, but he doesn't want to. Still not putting Daniel on a king. Daniel 3 bets pre-flop with for $150. Bets the turn. I'm sorry, bets the flop, bets the turn, and still Toby just can't put him on a king. And he's going to get paid off. Daniel, with trip king, a full house, king's full, gets paid off here. I mean, that's a fair point. I didn't think about that. Perhaps Toby puts him on a missed flush draw, just betting on the river. Yeah, these guys, I mean, they play together all the time, too. I want to say they're friends, so they definitely know how each other play, how the other plays. So that might have factored into this particular call. I don't know if I like that call there. Daniel's going to 3-bet Toby pre-flop. You got to put him on a premium hand. Toby being one of the more experienced and players in the room. Cashed big in tournaments here and elsewhere, and plays big in cash games here. And so surprised he didn't put Daniel on something big there, something that could beat him. But he had to see it. Follows that hand up with pocket kings. Raises to $40. Ace king, pocket kings. All right. I see you, Daniel. Nobody makes the call. Daniel scoops the blinds.
How can we get chips on the way?
They should. Got the radio. Sometimes they do it pretty quick. Not so much. So we're gonna have a straddle in the 6. Is the bet for the set.
Can I get let's take all black. Cool.
13 on your behind.
Raise to 130 from the 8. Fold 9. Fold 1. Fold 2. Fold 3. Fold 5. Fold 6. Fold 7. Heads up. Check 2. $225 is the bet for 8. Call 2. Check 8.
Give me a second, right?
All in from the 2. Hold it. I'm good.
Rejoining the action here, Toby pre-flop raises $30. Queen 7 of clubs. Peter makes the call. Another one with a suited jack.
Cocktails, bitter drinks.
Check 1. 15 is the bet. 41.
Not much for either in the flop. Checks, Toby bets. It's Peter to fold. Move on to the next hand. If you're just joining us, thank you for tuning in to Best Bet Live, streaming out of Jacksonville, Florida, on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Be sure to subscribe. Make sure you're following so you get updated every time we go live in the future. Watch all of our archived videos on each of those sites as well. Next live stream is going to be on Saturday. 5-10-25 no limit hold'em game. It's our biggest game that we get on a regular basis here. All the regulars will be back for that in the new year. Be a fun game to watch. And just to let you know, all of our live stream games, the cash games at least, we changed it. They used to start around 6:30, 7 o'clock. Now they're going to be starting around 8:30. Give you guys time to get home from work, get comfortable, and watch the stream. Don't miss anything. Sorry, Star, I don't remember. I don't know which hand were you talking about as far as 3-bet pre-flop.
65.
Got action here. Tyler's 5s up against Steven's queens. Tyler bets and Steven makes the call. Tyler hoping his 5s were good. 7 of diamonds on the river. Tyler first to act, using his chip stack here.
375 is the bet.
He's going to bet 375, repping that ace, not thinking Steven has it, and it's a good read. Let's see if Steven can make the call. Looking back at the hand, Tyler just calls pre-flop on the flop. Bets on the turn when the ace gets there. Doing a good job repping the ace, and I think it's going to pay off for Tyler here. It doesn't. Steven makes the call. Good call by Steven. Does not think Tyler has the ace. And his queens are going to take this down. Nice call by Steven on the river. Oh yes, so I don't recall if that was 3-bet pre-flop the hand with Angel having that ace king. I don't really have, can't really back it up here where I'm sitting. But if anybody watching can answer that for Star, the hand when she had ace king up against tray 4 offsuit, if it was 3-bet pre-flop, I'd appreciate it.
Call 3, 75. 6. 20 is the best of 7. Call 8. Call 9. Call 1. And call 3. 4 players.
I probably was having a Kit Kat break. That is accurate.
Check 1.
And here Peter checking his 8s.
Check it.
King kicker is the strongest hand. Free turn card is the 10 of diamonds. Tyler picks up open-ended straight draw. He bets it. Gets folded around, and yeah, the bet gets away. It's good. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break here to step away from commentary. Got to help out with the dealers out there. I'll be back shortly. Again, you're watching 2-5 No Limit Hold'em Deep Game, $1,500 max buy-in here on Best Bet Live, streaming out of Jacksonville, Florida. Enjoy the show. I'll be right back.
Call 7, fold 8. Call 9. Fold 1. Fold 2. Fold 3. And call 4 play. 5 check. $60 is bet for 6. 7 folds. Call 9. Call 5. Heads up. Check 6. $230 is the bet for 9. 6 folds. I'm good. And straddle on the 6. Call 7, fold 8, fold 9, call 1. Call 2, call 3, call 5. Check 6. Oh, yeah. Here we go. 6 players. Check 3, check 5, check 6, check 7. 35 is the bet from 1. Fold 2. Call 3, fold 5, fold 6, fold 7. Heads up. Check 3, check 1. Check 3. 200 is the best in 1.
Did you call somebody? I don't know the player.
All in from the 3.
I'll play.
Call
Right away, sir.
Oh, of course you do.
Oh, wow. Take care, man. We've got 2 players.
One good. Thank you.
button.
Yeah, she's moving it by the button. Oh, yeah, you did.
Some of us did it. If you didn't do it, just do it.
Corey, it's on you, 10. Yes, she did. And 9 over 2 raised from. 3 call. 7 call. Heads up. Go ahead. We got to seek to maybe no. Or I can do it. What's your name, buddy? Robert? Yeah. Okay. So you can put Robert in. How much?
All right, I am back, and after some musical chairs, looks like we are ready to go here. We got a straddle on the button. Action's going to start with Toby in the 5 seat. Got a raise out of Don here, $50. Hopefully we can catch up and see what we're working with here.
Make sure your cards are on the reader. You can't be on your phone during the screen. You can't watch your screen. That's the rundown. Have fun.
Yes, this is a live poker game. 15-minute delay, actually. So what you're seeing happened 15 minutes ago. But yeah, we are live here. So Don with pocket kings again, raising to $50. Steven makes the call, not picking up his cards. The play from, try to guess what he has here. He checks back to Don with the overpair, split, and the spade blocker. $80. And we got a raise here out of Steven. 205 to go. Yeah, I wouldn't say that these guys are pros. Some of them play professionally, but I don't think they haven't really become recognized names yet. Every once in a while, we'll have somebody come in that has some recognition in the poker world. Just as far as this goes, we give them, free drinks. But they do it. They play the game for us. Usually it's pretty good action here on the stream. So a lot of people play just for the action itself. So we're looking at a 3-bet out of Don here. 7:05 to go. Not messing around with his kings this time. Puts the pressure back onto Steven. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for joining the stream. And we've got a 4-bet all in by Steven, calls by Don.
I need to go
It's
run
got to be
over.
a set, right?
That's what I have. Kings.
The way this is going down, it's got to be a set. We'll see it in a moment what Steven is playing with here. Or I guess 7. So the dealer put up the 7 there. Sounds like a set of 7s. Wow. Oh yeah, sometimes the pocket 7s. Sometimes the RFID with the RFID cards, if they're not placed, just the right way on the sensors, the table's not going to pick them up. I think the way it looked there, the way he was holding the cards in his hand, I don't think the sensor was able to pick up the cards that particular time. Sometimes the chip inside the card breaks. We've got to replace the card during the stream. That happens on occasion as well. But a big hand for Steven. They're flopping a set. Don with pocket kings just again and just getting killed again.
1 for 5. It's amazing I'm not completely broke.
You might want to just muck those kings next time you get them, Don. Good Lord.
I was saying that 2 for 5. 2 5. It's been literally mind-boggling.
You remember that set over set?
And the set of a set. Yep. So a lot of you guys have been there. That's how bad. Like I feel like I'm playing okay. You got the bad hand? I have the king with the king of spades.
We'll take a look at the updated chip counts, as updated as we can get them right now. Tyler having a really good night, up over $2,300. Steven, after that hand, big up a little over $1,000. Daniel up almost 1,000. Oh, we need to fix that. There are not 2 Stevens on the table. Who do they have there? Oh, they haven't changed the name of the 1 seat yet. 2 seat, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he wanted us to type it in like that, but it is Steven.
So you guys have all been in the same seats all night. So like, say you're here, I just want to say seat 8, but you're.
What's up, Jimmy? Huh?
7 kings.
2-5. I'm on a seat stack.
It's poker.
We're playing poker over here, Jimmy.
115.
I've seen you play this game before.
Stay open.
We got nobody else. I guess they all went home. I know, I'm scared.
Five raises, 20, 6 folds.
Corey picks up pocket jacks here. Raises it up, 120 to go. After Toby raised to 20 with 8-5 of spades. The 20 is just a bit expensive for everybody. Corey takes down the blinds and the raise. And just a reminder, our next live stream is going to be Saturday the 4th, starting at about 8:30 p.m. 5-10-25, no limit hold'em game. You can check out our website for our entire upcoming live stream schedule. A bunch of cash games. Got a bunch of tournament action as well with the Winter Series coming here. We'll go into that in just a little bit.
Six raises, 20. Seven folds. 8 folds. 9 folds.
So we have our Winter Series. It's going to be running from Friday, January 17th through Sunday the 26th. That includes the 100K guaranteed event number 1, $360 buy-in. 4 flights into that on the 17th and the 18th. That's Friday and Saturday, noon and 6 p.m. starts on both of those days. $360 buy-in is going to get you 20,000 in chips, 30-minute levels on day 1, 40-minute levels on day 2. And again, we're streaming the final table of that event here on Best Bet Live. We also have our $200,000 guaranteed main event, $1,100 buy-in, 2 flights into that on the 24th and the 25th. That's a Friday and Saturday. 11 a.m. starts on both of those days. 25,000 in chips, 40-minute levels in that tournament. And again, we'll be streaming the final table of that one on this channel as well. So Toby's going to bet his open-ended straight draw here, $60. Corey with the mystery hand, not sure what he has right now.
7 calls.
Don in here with pocket queens. Overpair to the board again. And he just he hasn't been having good luck with these big overpair. We'll see if he changes that with this hand. 160 is the new bet. Toby with the open-ended straight draw, actions to him. And he's going to just put the pressure back on everybody else and put a whole big giant stack of black and green chips out there. Let everybody else figure it out. I like it. Bet that straight draw. Corey here. Not picking up his card. Not sure what he has. 9 high board, 2 spades. I'm told he has 7-10 of diamonds. 7-10 of diamonds, so that gives him an open-ended straight draw. Backdoor diamond draw. Unfortunately, Toby has one of his outs with the jack. And a 7 gives Toby a higher straight. I'm sorry, the 6. So, no, disregard what I said there. It's hard to visualize this. So again, Corey has the 7-10 of diamonds.
I hope I'm on camera saying all these cut words.
So Corey elects to move all in here with his open-ended straight draw.
Yo, what happened?
Don is all in here, so they're gonna get. Just gonna take a second here. Oh,
You going home? Shit, I'm
to
biting.
check their chip stacks. Big hand here. Don, Toby, and Corey are all in. Looks like Ken's trying to get back into the game here while trying to figure out the chip stacks.
Yeah, 420.
Pretty simple. He's up.
Sick action here.
One of the two. Preferably not a spade.
I mean, Don has 2 of Toby's straight cards.
You want a spade?
And actually, Corey has one of them with the 10-7 of diamonds.
I ain't seen no call.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, so he paid. Oh.
Yeah, he put like 12 in.
Again, just trying to get an accurate chip count before we move on.
He ain't losing
I don't remember where it went to. Oh, I had kings again.
Bring your head
Yeah,
down.
he did lose him with King. He did hit a set on.
Oh, he's counting.
Oh, don't king run.
I'm 1 for 5 with kings. Oh, Lord, man.
Oh,
Let's
man.
both of us stand up.
I see all 3.
No, he already married.
4 or 5.
All right, so we got the chips in. Numbers are right. Big pot here. Everybody jamming on draws. Don's overpair. Can they hold this time? They haven't been holding for him tonight so far.
Jack 10. Oh, wow.
It's always coming 7.
Come on.
Spade. Uh-oh.
6 of spades on the turn.
Queen. Oh, I told you.
Queen spikes on the river. Toby getting the queen high straight.
Oh, that's so gross. Ooh, see, I called it.
Damn. What? Oh my God. You both got that.
Wow.
I didn't want spade.
So with the 7-10 of diamonds, Corey did spike the straight on the turn, and Toby picks up,
I ain't call you queen, though.
But you're right. Toby.
gets a 2-outer on the river for the queen.
It's a C. Come on. Come on. C. though.
Crazy hand there.
Ain't no need
And
to
all the
look.
chips going to Toby.
Congratulations. You just break even.
I'll wait till after this.
Wow.
Everybody got there.
Everybody got there. Everybody had a big piece of that, and Toby walks away with the biggest piece. Wow.
I stay right here. Can I get my seat back?
But he was still. He hit it.
Never mind, don't worry about it.
I'll move that in.
Keep moving now.
He's moving to the 9, but you want to move back to the 8, or he's already in.
Assuming all the numbers are right, even after that hand,
Man, who I came back for, you know.
Toby's still down a little bit. He had dug himself in a little bit of a hole. Tyler and Steven, though, are big.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for that. And then he had queens again. That what he give me? What his bet was 60. Free, I don't know. I didn't sit down free. I don't know what happened. $60. It might have been. Well, I'm going all in. I think he was bigger than that, didn't he? Like 80 maybe?
So it's not rushing.
Oh, that's my favorite hand right here.
I needed those cards.
That's my favorite hand.
I was running slim on queen. So
I don't want no
lucky,
callers. I just want my money back. All my money back.
30.
5 phrases, 36 words.
I can't call that. It was tough. Oh, I thought I was mine. I did that shit. When you put it down, you put it down by the ground.
All right. Bigger, big hand there. Big hand. Oh, never mind. That was the last hand with Toby Ace King.
Big blind, single big blind. I like that. I like that.
And he posted small.
Yep.
I put small?
Yeah, you got this small.
Hold. Okay, yeah. So we're just gonna slow down for a second.
What, we got to fold it?
No. You're fine. You're fine. He's just gotta adjust everything. Put him in another
Okay.
seat. Yeah. So he is.
Take my picture in that.
I'm gonna move to the 2 seat, and then I'm gonna move to the 7 seat next.
Yeah. He's because since he moved from a 2 to the 9, he has to move everything over. Yeah. He literally has to create another player in the system.
I ruined the game. My bad.
And there's a straddle on the button. I mean, you're probably doing a lot of different things.
It's crazy because Bob got like 2
How many pocket frames did he see tonight?
Oh, what?
I thought you asked.
Just a little pause in the action while we had some players move around. They have to. Software doesn't help us out when players move seats. We gotta change everything up in the system. But looks like we're good to go now. Tyler raising here. Queen 8 suited. $30. Gets action out of Ken on the button. Heads up. Tyler spikes a queen. Picks up the spade draw on the turn. And we're still checking between him and Ken. Not sure what Ken has. The queens were good there.
Oh, we're doing king. Yeah, king of spades, jack of clubs. Got it. Yeah,
Two or
Whatever
two.
you want.
One or two, yeah. I
no,
say we just leave it on the four.
it ultimately comes
be here
down to
till
whatever you want.
Really?
Whatever you want.
So who would stay for four, right?
It closes down when?
I'm hoping.
Well, we started late today, so the stream naturally will go later. But as far as how late we don't know. So I mean, it might go till midnight. I mean, it's kind of whenever you guys are ready. There's a straddle on everything. 16 folds, 9 folds, 1 fold, 3 folds, 4 folds, and 5 folds. Everybody check.
Quick, Lenny.
He just goes, sorry.
You heard me yelling at the jerk who did that all the time.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to.
Straddle under the gut.
I'm sorry.
8 seat folds. Fancy folds. 1 fold. 3 raises to 50.
So on the button, Tyler picks up Queen Jack offsuit, raises it up to $50. Angel right behind in the small blind. King 10 suited. She flats. Toby's gone. See if Ken, I'm sorry, Daniel. Whoa, pick it up pocket kings.
Hey, you got there?
He hit top 7 on base. That's it.
Yeah. On the turn? Or river?
No, river.
Pocket kings not in the strongest hand on this table tonight. Let's see how it works out for Daniel. He gets the 3-bet in. 275 to go. Ken folds. Back to Tyler.
Somebody called me on the way to get some more money. And they was like, bro,
Initial razor here pre-flop.
to buy your hand? I got caught by some kings. I said, man, yeah, man. I put dude on that.
Tyler does fold. Angel right behind. Nice 3-bet by Daniel. And Kings gonna win a pot here.
You greedy with yours. You gonna let everybody know you got it.
Say what?
240 for a fucking free block. You ought to be ashamed. Who the hell's gonna call that? I ain't seen
So we got a lot of action going on here in Jacksonville. Best Bet Jacksonville as far as promotions go. Lots of money to be given away. Top of all of our regular high hands. We're giving away a bunch of satellite tickets to get into our main event and our event number 1 for the Winter Series coming into town. We also have the Power of One promotion. Saturday, January 11th from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. $1,100 every 30 minutes for the high hand. We're going to be packed for that. Be sure to get in early for your seat. And we also have the Monster high hand again. It's been pretty popular the last couple months we've done it. And that's going to be on Friday the 31st from noon to 6. And then also from 6 to midnight, we're giving away $6,000 to the high hand between both Jacksonville and Orange Park locations. You can tie that, so if you match whatever's on there, you get a share of that $6,000 high hand. Again, that is on top of the high hand promotion going on at both locations, Orange Park and Jacksonville. Check out our full promotion calendar and tournament calendar at our website, bestbetjacks.com. That's J-A-X, bestbetjacks.com. Rejoining the action here, Toby 3-bets with pocket jacks. Action back to Robert with pocket 10s. He's all in. Tyler, good time to fold now with Trey Deuce of Hearts. Looking at a 4-bet all in. And I guess he hasn't folded yet because he knows that he's probably live. He's actually thinking about it here at the Trey Deuce.
505.
You know what I'm saying?
505. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, it is total. Total 505. Because your 80 is in, but total is
Unless you want to play for the extra 3, we can do that.
430 to you.
All right, there's the fold. And Toby's going to make the call.
Oh, we got
You got a pair?
Jacks versus tens.
Obviously, I ain't shoving 500.
He's Hollywood, maybe think you have 8.
Did I Hollywood?
Oh, that kills.
Board comes king high. Jacks are still good. 8 of diamonds on the turn. And Robert does not connect with his tens. Jacks are going to hold up here. And Toby raking in another big pot.
Yeah,
I
but
don't even remember my hand.
he wouldn't have never let me sing the river.
Oh, you got 3.
Oh, I had 6.
Getting the best spot every time. Look at it.
You might see the river. It was 2 over
right
to the jack.
Okay.
Yeah, you might see the river. Now you
I ain't calling that kind of
I think I'm up now.
And after all that, he is up just over $300. But that's a win.
You give it to him? No.
Big stack of the table. Tyler's sitting there with over 4,000 in front of him. He's up over 2,200.
Oh, for 80 bucks? Yeah, sure.
Two of the big winners at the table. Daniel's up about $1,000, and everybody else is stuck trying to get back.
Flop set of 3? Oh, the river. One phone? Okay. Just cause.
professional for me. I didn't get that last.
Just cause, man. You got anything?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay. 25.
I got cards. Motherfucking threes, they cleaning you, man.
I'm hot right now.
Let's start it from that over there.
I needed to hit that
No.
one. I was like, either I'm gonna lose a lot tonight or I'm gonna try to get even.
You watched the hand yet?
Which one?
That one that I get that I had. I remember the
I went, I couldn't drive and watch it, but oh, yeah.
He's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back. He said lock it up for him. 8 seat, you're going to start it off.
Button straddle here.
He didn't seem too excited on the king queen on the board, so which made me feel a bit better.
Toby gets the raise in. 10-9 offsuit, up to $50. No action. Steals the blinds and limps. Move on to the next hand. Just tuning in, thank you for joining us here. Best Bet Live, streaming 2-5 no limit hold'em game. $1,500 max buy-in on this deep 2-5 game. Coming to you out of Jacksonville, Florida. 201 Monument Road. If you're in the area, come down and pay us a visit. We're open till 4 a.m. tonight.
Good stuff.
Oh, wait,
It's like
Pretty good
getting grabbed
action
in the head by a
here.
gorilla. Like,
Always good action, actually. Plenty of no limit hold'em, 2-2, 2-5s on a regular basis.
crush your head like a gorilla.
We get a 5-5 PLO game almost every day now.
That's 1, 2, 3. 3 of us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
that's for you, right?
Yeah, that's my.
Thank you.
We got a purchase here, right?
Yeah.
Got live stream again on Saturday,
Behind the button.
beginning at about 8:35, 10:25, no limit hold'em game. We've got the Best Bet Winter Series coming into town with over $300,000 in guaranteed
Anybody else? I'm about to fold that.
prize pool, $300,000 guaranteed prize pools
Talk about what you're seeing, man.
between our event number 1 and the main event, with a lot of other fun tournaments going on in between. Hold'em, Omaha, we got a stud tournament in there.
As soon as you said.
Lots of action. And satellites into event number 1 and that main event.
One of the other
Always visit our website, bestbetjacks.com, for more details on upcoming tournaments and promotions at both our Jacksonville locations and our Orange Park locations.
Yeah, he blocked the button. There you go.
You can steal it. You know, put 20 out there. Oh.
So let me know when you're ready. The what?
I'm over. What's up, man?
I guess we'll wait. I'm not sure what it is. It is a strap.
All right.
I just have to wait till next hand to get it. Because I'm not 100% sure what it's doing. 9 made it 35.
I'll come help you with that.
It was a straddle on the 1. I don't want to go to the flop because then it was
Can't see the guard.
So basically the 1, the 3, and the 9. You can't get 9 in.
Bear with us while we do some housekeeping here in regards to tracking the action.
Yeah, we'll figure it out on the next match.
Do you not with the bet? Chasing.
60.
I fold. I'm going to try. I'm chasing you over. I would have called it.
Alright.
Check one time.
Good, man. Not over here. Just two of y'all.
Alright, so what will be in the 9?
I'm gonna watch everything.
So he's got 5-11 or something like that now. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Got it?
No, you're
Oh,
good.
you good?
One and the three, small and big.
Yeah.
Thought you was crowded.
Look up.
I tried on.
Under the gun, Angel picks up ace jack offsuit. She's going to raise it up. 25 to go. Toby flats right behind ace queen offsuit.
Hold 9. Ball 1.
Ken is in there with the suited queen. It's going to be 3 players to the flop.
Check 1.
Other than a wipe. Both y'all.
Jack high board.
30 is
Angel's going to bet top pair, $30. Toby's out of the way.
third 1.
Ken doesn't like it either. Angel takes it.
Good.
They don't need it like they ain't got the shit. Everything they got, they don't even need it.
So we're going to straddle in 5. And 6 is out. Eight folds. 9 folds. 1 folds. 3 folds. Call 4. Check out.
Better shit. Let me get up. Put on the house. Ain't here and at home.
Check 4. Check 5.
Yeah, we're probably going to check down here between the two of them. Not surprised there.
4, 4, 5.
You see that hand later.
Alright, I'm gonna check the straight for that one.
Dang it.
We'll see if my 5 was good.
Damn.
It is, yeah, Angel's in the 4 seat, 5 seat, yeah.
Some hands.
I don't know if the graphics messed up. Yeah, Ken over there in the 1 seat now.
Yeah.
The only kings that he won.
Round 1.
The only kings that he won
So we have a
was
straddle on the
with
button.
against you. He lost every single king.
I ain't believe him.
Well, had to go to a
Tried to suck out on her.
He lost all the games. He got like 4 times. 4 or 5 times.
Oh, they're watching. Call 4, call 5, fold 8,
I did
If I
that
do it
like,
again, I'm leaving.
I did that like 3 times.
call 9.
I'm just gonna ban
But they're just flatting here. So we got 6 players going to see the flop.
Y'all met each other.
8 high board, 2 spades. Steven with 2 pair.
Oh, he touched on your thigh. You're like, ooh.
Robert's got bottom pair, but he has the nut flush draw.
I almost flopped the nuts first hand.
I was on a dating
Check.
app and we were looking,
Oh.
glancing over and it was like, oh, she's single.
That's how I knew she seen.
Wow.
Ace on the turn gives Robert a better 2 pair. swear I saw 8-9.
3, 4, 4, 4, 5.
Bullshit chasing. I love 2 on all this.
Heads up.
Look at that shit.
Check
Ain't
4.
nobody do that, bro.
Angel's hand does not improve there.
35 to definitely not.
Count. He was looking for a 9 for trips. So 2 pair for Robert. Little $35 bet there at the end. Gonna take it.
Yeah, straddle on the button. And going back.
Well, good.
Thank you.
We'll call that a tie. Call it a tie.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna look at my card.
3, 4.
I listen to classical music. Right?
Damn, I called there, but I can't get a call.
I'm very opposite.
I'm gonna get in on it.
You want to get in? That's all we're going to do. Everybody can Bluetooth in. All right, the button is straddle.
Straddle on the button.
Action slowing down a little bit. The stream starts to wind down here. It's like the players feel it as well. Here in this 2-5 no limit hold'em deep game. Robert picks up 9-6 of hearts. He calls the $10 straddle. Ken just flats with the Jack 10.
Raise to 50 from 3.
And there's the raise. Tyler with ace jack offsuit makes the raise. Angel calls with the suited 9-8. And Toby on the button with the straddle. Pocket kings.
Kicking each other in the table and shit.
Big hand here for Toby. And a big bet. We get a 3 bet here. Looks like about 250. 225.
225 is the best in 5.
Yeah, Jackson,
9 total.
Robert's gone. Ken there stuck in this game pretty big when he was playing in the 4 seat earlier. Suited connectors. Not a horrible spot to call a 3 bet, but still pretty loose. Ace jack, or the hijack for Tyler. He makes the call, and here's Angel.
You ain't got no business in his hand. If you call, y'all playing together. I'm calling Flo. I want all my money back. You got no fucking business in his hand. You have nothing to call that.
I mean, she's in for 50 at this point.
Seriously.
Make it so catchy.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you ain't got nothing in your hand to worth calling. You hit with that goddamn juice.
She's looking at the odds here. But it really isn't that strong of a hand. I think ultimately she's going to lay it down.
It's like a 5 hand.
He does fold. So it's going to be 3-way action to the
Don't
flop.
look at her like that. Pros want to see the flop.
No,
Don't look at her like that.
Here comes the board. 9-9, 8. Oh, if only she stayed in. So we got Ken here leading out. Moving, I guess, all. No, I thought he said 300. Oh, he's all in for 335. Okay, he's all in with the open-ended straight draw. Tyler with the overcards. Ace Jack. Makes the call, Toby. I imagine he ships it here to isolate Ken. Get Tyler out of there with that big stack. He just flats. There's a diamond draw out there. diamond comes on the turn. Queen of diamonds.
Check 3.
Ken with the straight right now. Tyler and Toby betting on the side.
Check 5.
Toby not wanting to start a side pot here. Checks. Going to see a free river card.
Check 3. Check 5.
Deuce of spades is a blank. Check down. Straight for Ken is good. Big pot for Ken. Hitting that straight.
8, 9 o'clock.
He folded that, man. It's impossible.
How much ever that was. That's a lot of money, bro.
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine what Ken would have said if, Angel calls with that 8-9 after all he was saying and she would have spiked a boat. Like, I can't even imagine. But big hand for Ken. Nice hand for Ken.
I got that. Oh.
I just feel like I want to be more because I'm stuck, I guess.
You sound like me, baby. Stuck to
Right
everybody
there in that
stuck.
stack. With all my money.
No.
Everyone is
You
stuck.
talked me out of it, though.
Everybody's stuck except for Steven and Tyler and Daniel.
9 o'clock.
That's what I said. Been in there like swimwear. Hell yeah. $400 free.
Yeah, listen, you ain't off suit. You ain't have no goddamn.
Oh yeah, he did, and then called. Yeah.
Yeah.
325.
320.
Like 225s in there.
Hey, you looked at you crazy like, why the fuck did you fold? Why did you keep
So
calling?
Angel gets the raise in here. King 10 of hearts goes to $25. She gets in the action here. Steven makes the call. Robert with ace 9 out of the big blind. He folded. Heads up action. Oh, there we go. Steven got ace, jack of diamonds versus king 10. He flops top pair. Angel with the pair of tens. You see a free turn card here. Deuce of diamonds. Does not help Angel. Angel looking for a king or a 10. Five of hearts is a blank. Steven's hand is good. See how the betting plays out here on the river. She really wanted to call that 8-9 too. She felt like she had the odds to do it and just decided at the last second to lay it down. It was a sick lay down. You fold and all of a sudden you look up and the flop you would have had a boat. Ooh. She seems pretty composed though. Doesn't look too tilted.
That means you waiting on me, Wilson? That's what you can prove to us?
No straddle. First to act is going to be Tyler here. Under the gun. Pocket queens. Gets that raise in. Raises it up to $45. Angel flat 7-5 of clubs. Looks like it might just be the two of them. Angel's certainly live here, going up against pocket queens. It's an uphill battle, to be sure. King high board, 2 6s. King might slow Tyler down. He checks. Maybe Angel. Yeah, Angel gets a free turn card. 8. That's an interesting card. Angel is now open-ended. Snap calls that $50 bet. And there's the 9 for Angel, spiking the straight. Tyler checks. Can Angel get anything out of him? Almost 200 in the pot. 210 is the bet. If I raise, do you fold? Interesting question. Sounds like he's going to pay her off here. He calls, and she quickly turns over that straight. And that's what happens when you check the flop there. Turn keeps her in it. Hits the straight on the river. Nice hand for Angel.
I told him that started the war.
that right, Toby? Huh? So those student connectors will make you some money.
I'm glad I got up out of that shit. 'Cause when she hit the turn, she wasn't going
Small
nowhere.
line, big line.
You're a millionaire now at that age on the club.
Stop talking about it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hear about that, Steven. Come on. Yeah, she would have flopped the boat. Whatever. It's okay.
Fold 4. Fold 5. Raise the 50 from the 6.
We got Daniel here raising $50. Queen Jack off suit. See if he gets any action here. Hold around to Robert with the suited Jack on the button. He lets it go. Ken in the 1C though with pocket sixes. He's gonna see. Yeah, he's gonna see that flop. But he's pretty much gonna see every flop the way the night's been going. So that's not a big surprise there. Tyler makes the call, the suited queen. Looks like Angel and Toby are racking up. That might kill this game here, guys. 9 high board, 3-handed.
When people accuse me for like pollution, you know, just
Oh no, I was just playing. No, I was just playing. No, y'all don't go no more. The table gonna break up. I was just,
you're playing, it's affecting my play.
I was just playing. Hey, where your husband? Tell him.
I'm leaving because I'm sleeping.
All right, so Ken bets $50 here with pocket sixes. Let's see if Tyler sticks
Talk
around.
about the collusion. Y'all know I'm playing.
Fold 3.
Back to Daniel.
Oh man.
He lays it down.
I came and hit a hand and won something, bite. I was pissed tonight. Well,
I don't mean to break the game, but try to go.
She talking about collusion, talking about y'all think we together. Oh, she slick as snot. Watching that shit,
She would have called there if you guys hadn't started talking about it.
Well, she watch her ass now. A lot of these women is Koreans.
It appears that way. What do you guys still want to go? Or?
One more hand, man. I guess, man. Shit.
Sounds like we're doing one more.
Yeah, man. Come over here and get on TV.
Huh? $50 bomb pot. What is it? Bomb pot. Oh, we done? You done after this? You know what I'm playing for? Bomb pot. You know what bomb pot is? Yeah. I'm just saying, is this like your final hand? Is that why you want to bomb it?
No bet, right? I mean, I don't know. If he's leaving, then.
I ain't going nowhere. Man. I came to gamble.
I'll see if they get 50
Hold on, 50. Well, hold on. Hell no.
No, it's $50 free. That's it.
$50, huh?
Right? $50 free, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
and it starts at the flop.
Starts at the flop.
25 or something like that. I don't want to just play for 50 if I ain't got
You know what a bomb pot is?
No. Play.
Bomb pot is like everybody puts in try to get some players.
Well, it sounds like things are about to wrap up here on the stream. Thank everybody for watching tonight. It's 2-5 no limit hold'em deep game. $1,500 max buy-in.
25 then.
A real fun game. Some pretty big hands, some pretty exciting hands, some nice suckouts. Definitely entertaining for most of the night. Next stream is going to be this Saturday. Going to start that around 8:30. 5, 10, 25 no limit hold'em game. Looking like all of the cash games in the future are going to be starting about 8:30. So keep that in mind. For everybody watching on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, make sure that you are subscribed, that you are following us. You get updates every time we go live in the future. You can see all of our archived videos there as well. Plenty of poker action for your viewing pleasure. I think maybe they're doing the bomb pot here.
We're going to have the 3,
I
5,
tried
6,
50. I ain't trying.
Here, you want to put 50, I'll put 50.
So it looks like a $100 bomb pot. Everybody putting in
I tried 50. Yeah, because I ain't.
money pre-flop, just see some action,
Winner takes a good.
and then we'll get to the flop and go from there.
Oh,
We gotta get cards first.
You gotta do what's cards.
Get that burn.
We're chopping it 6 ways, guys. Let's go chop it 6 ways.
The fact that we changed our mind like 3 times.
Shit, I'm gonna flip mine over. I can flip it over, right? Ain't no
It's
better.
better, more suspense if you wait though.
No, I just want y'all to sweat, man.
All right, here we go. Oh, they're just okay. We're just gonna run it out here. I got you.
Now we can do where it was.
110.
Up, I'm a winner.
So yeah, everybody's cards here.
You guys want me to go all the way through?
Yeah, all the way.
King high board. We're just gonna see what we've got going.
Almost. Damn. Strong. 9 7s out there.
Oh, that's a
Deuce.
spade. What can help you win?
Ace. You need an ace. 6.
Looks like the winner here is going to be Daniel, this last hand of the night. Nice little pot for him. Picking up ace queen in a bomb pot like that. Pretty strong. And looks like that's going to do it for us on the stream tonight. So again, be sure to tune in on Saturday for our next stream, 5/10/25, no limit hold'em game. Going to start that at around 8:30 p.m. Also, we've got the Best Bet Winter Series coming into town from Friday the 17th through Sunday the 26th. Between our event number 1 and our main event, we already have $300,000 guaranteed in those prize pools. Plenty more. Those are all trophy events. And then we also have a bunch of promotions going on, including Saturday the 11th from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m., $1,100 high hands every 30 minutes. To check on our promotion calendars and our tournaments. You want to see the structures for all the events for our winter series. Everything is on our website, bestbetjacks.com. That's J-A-X, bestbetjacks.com. My name is Wes. On behalf of everybody here at Best Bet, the dealers, everybody behind the scenes, and the players, we all appreciate you watching. We hope you enjoyed the show. Have a good night. See you next time.
It is literally free money. Why would you not install it?